It's the cold hard truth. Everyone really want to know what's going on with her show. Just get on the air and you will know it's Sandra. The queen of the mile road is here, helping people from everywhere. Get on the phone and you will hear Sandra. Now she will tell you how it goes, but don't you ever step on her toes, 'cause you will hear the cold hard truth from Sandra. They say she's the hero in town, helping people from all around. You get a call, your money is found, it's Sandra. Some will call her late at night just to say that there is a fight, and she will not just leave it alone. She'll get up and call on the phone, and when politics starts on her show, everyone really wants to know the way the things will really go with Sandra. Some will start to criticize, get on the show and tell pure lies, but soon they will realize it's Sandra. And when they start to argue again, she'll pull the heads to the wind, and soon you will be a friend of Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone wanna hear from Sandra. Every day, everyone wanna hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day, everyone got to hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day, everyone got to hear from Sandra.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, K-Man. Happy Thursday. It is officially Friday, part 1. So, quick programming note. If you normally watch us on YouTube, I'm going to ask you to go to the channel, the WhatsApp channel, and click the referral link there, because it looks like at the moment we are in YouTube jail. Yes. One of our content creators just played a video, which, by the way, I think they have all legal rights to play. It was a football association video, but I think that YouTube doesn't know that. And so YouTube will just automatically put you in jail first and then ask questions later about why you think you shouldn't be in jail. But that's why we've got a backup channel on YouTube. So let everybody know, in case your friends normally watch YouTube, to definitely check us out. I've already redirected the normal link in the reusable URLs that we've been using. I know that sounds like a foreign language to some of you, but all it means is that if you follow the channel, you don't even have to think about any of this. You just click on the links that we have set already, and it's cmrky.com and then TCHT, that stands for the Cold Hard Truth. One is for Facebook and 2 is for YouTube. So again, it's cmrky.com, TCHT 1 and 2, depending on where you want to watch it. So that's always the best way, because if we have to redirect it to another location, such as today, while we appeal this situation, you can still get it and you don't even have to know what's going on. So yeah, so do that and you should be good to go. All right. Been watching a lot of videos about the necessity for us to do more because we have such a sedentary lifestyle. There's something called fit sedentary or something, where although you're sitting a good portion of your day because of the work that you do, um, you know, you still going to the gym, you work out, you're eating well, but the act of sitting is really taking a toll on our lives. I mean, my gosh, what can we do? Because we all have like jobs that require us to be in front of the computer for a good portion of our days, right? And I've been watching this very, very carefully myself because some days, if I'm editing or I've got meetings or whatever, yeah, a lot of my day is on that computer, or I should say on multiple computers even. So it's kind of crazy. As soon as I learn something, I share it with you guys because I think it's important that we all figure out how to help our bodies with the lifestyle that we are now living. We're no longer working outdoors in the fields. And so what that means is that we are at a bit of a disadvantage. And that disadvantage is the fact that we're sitting a good portion of our day. So the idea, remember we had this idea already about doing the squats? Well, I'm going to show you this video here in a second because this is this point that they make is get moving. Do your squats every hour on the hour. For every hour that you sit, get up and do some squats because that's a major muscle in your body that gets your glucose moving and everything else. And so you definitely want to, do that. And I figure, well, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy to do a few squats. And you don't have to do as many as you think, in fact. I mean, we were pushing 50 at one point or more. You don't have to do that many. If you can't do that many, just do 10. Every little bit helps. So yeah, we're getting back to it. I'm actually going to set my little reminder tool on my phone to remind me every hour, starting at 8:30, because y'all not reminding me. I was counting on you. And you guys are like lying in bed, listening to the show. You're driving. You're like, oh man, sorry, Sandy, I forgot all about that. So we want to ensure that we are doing what we can to help our bodies along. All right. So it's really, really important. Somebody's asking me for the links. Now I know you should be following the channel. I chuckle when you don't. Okay, let me just send it to you directly and then make sure you guys are, let's see, we've got, let me send it out to the groups I normally do. Windsor Park, Cayman Inns in Florida, and Washington Boulevard. There you go. We are live and direct from the beautiful Cayman Islands. Whoop, whoop. All right, let me see here now. I'm going to find that video that I was just referring to because I think it's a good one for all of us to watch. Let me put on my specs because I'm looking at the screen and I can see if I'm close enough to the screen if I'm at a certain distance, but I'm not going to lie. The glasses do help to clarify things a little bit. I want to give a big shout out to, let me see here. Yes, I watched some interesting videos last night, I must tell you. I want to do a big shout out to the eyeglass place there in Camana Bay. Help me remember the name. But they have done Vision. I think that's Vision Wear. They have done an amazing job with glasses for Gianna recently. So we had to take her in and get a eye test done because yes, she's now wearing specs. And so the doctor was amazing and the staff there were also equally amazing, helping her get into her first pair of glasses. And they turned it around, I must say, relatively quickly as well. So thank you guys so much for that. She is happily wearing her specs. And I had to get her some backup pairs. And, I just can't afford to pay $500 per pair because Mama believes in shopping for a good bargain. That's how we save money around here. And so I did just that. And I found the backup pairs at a really good price overseas. But her first pair she actually got here. And big shout out to the good folks over at Visionware. So really appreciate you guys helping her out. And they even gave her a temporary pair. So that was great, because she wasn't seeing quite like how she should be. So they were like, oh yeah, she definitely needs these glasses. And so they provided her the very next day after her eye exam with a temporary pair. And that's an example of a benefit of, getting it here, is that was not available overseas. So this company obviously knows that there are certain things that would happen here where you all of a sudden need your specs and you need them fast. So it mightn't have all the transition elements to it and all that good stuff, but it has the urgency where at least you can see something. So she's good wearing her little glasses and trying to teach her now to be responsible with them. Oh, Mom, I left them somewhere. I was like, oh, Lord, have mercy. I'm like, no, child. You can't just be leaving your glasses all over the place. Keep them in your cases, all these things we are trying to get her used to. But, she's 9. So you got to give them grace. You have got to give them grace at 9 and even 12 and even 15. They deserve some grace because, they're just like, what's going on? All right. We have the Minister Plahi, who's going to be joining us here in a little bit for Ministry Matters segment. So very, very pleased to have him joining us. I'm going to try the other YouTube channel. I'm sure we're probably still blocked, but let me just try it. You never know. Nope. Says we're still blocked. I was going to say nothing beats a trial but a failure. So sometimes you just try your luck, honey child. They take their sweet time looking at appeals anyway. So we'll see what happens. I've had to have a word with our content creators. I'm sure it's not even something, I didn't really think too hard on it, to be honest. And I'm sure they didn't as well. These things happen. I find that YouTube is very, very strict with copywriting or alleged copywriting infringements. Facebook, not so much for that. But definitely YouTube will be trying to give you all kind of strikes and stuff. So that's why we've always had a backup option just in case. Yep, plan B. And it's not the plan B you get from the pharmacist. All right, everybody good? Hello. Hi. Big shout out to Mr. Nathan. I know he's probably tuned in this morning listening. He's an avid listener to the program. He is like a handyman on steroids. Nathan is anything you need. You can just call him honey chow. He'll cook your dinner while he's at it. He is really, really handy. My goodness, he can fix all sorts of stuff. I'd be calling him, I'm fixing the washing machine right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, Nathan. He fixes everything. Very, very knowledgeable. Very, very handy. And he'll get you sorted out, ladies and gents. If you have anything around the house that you need doing and you can't do it yourself, don't sweat it. Nathan got you covered. So so I can definitely see this morning that you guys are not finding us on YouTube. I can tell by the numbers. Everybody's confused. Everybody's like, what is going on here? So you got to follow that backup channel. I've said it for years now, really, quite frankly. And people don't follow it and they forget. But follow both just in case, because that is definitely your plan B. So I can see the Facebook numbers this morning outpacing the YouTube channel. And all of this would be no problem if you guys actually follow the channel. I think this also demonstrates to me quite clearly how many people still are not following the YouTube channel. Why? Why aren't you following the YouTube channel? Follow the YouTube channel, because then you get the links directly. You wouldn't even have to think about it. Robert, Why aren't you following the YouTube channel? You're asking me for links. Honey chill. All right, I'm going to show you guys how to follow the channel because I feel low-key some of you still don't know how to do that. And it's easy. It's easy enough, but I'm not going to make any assumptions as to why you've not yet followed it. I'm going to just help you find it. Okay, here we go. We're going to do a lesson today. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let me find what's up on the computer. Should I do the computer or let me think about it. Yeah, maybe we'll do it on the computer. I think we can demonstrate it on the computer. Obviously, I follow the channel myself, so. But let's see if we can do, I don't want anybody WhatsApping me right now because everything's going to show on the screen. All right, so this is my WhatsApp. As you can see, I've got at least 58 unread messages. On my phone, I think it shows up as even more. But anyway, here we go. And so there's a section, you've got your regular chat section, and then you have your channel section. So on your phone, oh Lord, I'd have to remember how to add the phone to the screen again. You know, I should know how to do these things automatically without thinking about it, but I don't do it enough, really, the phone thing. But on the phone, it's located in a slightly different spot because of how the phone apps are. But if you use WhatsApp PC, which is what I'm on now, this will demonstrate the idea and the concept. Okay. So there's an area, you know how you have all these different tabs. You've got like your regular chat, calls, your status, which by the way, am I the only person who never changes their status? Honestly, I forget that that's even there. I see you guys changing it, and I don't even pay attention to your status when you change it. I'm one of those people. Because sometimes people use their status to like tell the whole world that they're pissed off with their boyfriends or whatever. I'm the one person who's never going to see it because I just don't pay attention to that. Yeah. So then we have another section for channels, communities, archives, and then tools, right? I never even go to tools. What's under tools? Oh, business profile and stuff. Okay. So if you go to channels, you'll see all these different channels here that you can follow. And basically the idea behind a WhatsApp channel is that this is an opportunity for one-way public broadcast tools, unlimited followers. So remember back in the day, we had BlackBerry Messenger. You had like a broadcast list, but that was limited to a certain number of people. And so we have communities, we have groups, and some are also one directional, just like the channels, but there's a limit on how many people you can add. So I literally had multiple WhatsApp lists, and every time I was sending out news items, I would have to use multiple WhatsApp lists to do that. Now, this has been significantly improved and just more efficient for myself because I no longer have to do that with a channel. But here's the kicker. With channels, you have to follow the channel. That's the difference. And so a lot of people don't realize that. It says find channels to follow. So government has created their own channels too. But here's a CMR channel. And so when you follow the CMR channel, you get all of the news notifications right here, and it'll show up. We've got almost 3,000, well, 2.6 thousand people following. It'll show up here so that you can see everything right here, right? Now, there's another little trick to it. When you follow a channel, you actually have to go and click at the top, this little link right here, because by default, you see that little bell? By default, channels are muted. And so that means that in order for you to get the notification without physically going in the channel and checking it, you have to click that. See, that's how it is. It's notifications turned off. You have to unmute it to turn your notifications on. And then you'll get it like a regular notification within WhatsApp. So that is how it works. And then you start to get notifications. Then you have this little thing here. If you want to share the link, you can copy the channel link and share it with other people as well. So share it. Let's do a share the channel link challenge today. If you follow the channel, I want you to go ahead and share it, copy the link, and share it with at least 5 people in your contact list this morning so that they can get the updated links for YouTube. Literally, YouTube has 28 people right now watching. Normally, we will have into the hundreds. It's just because people are not following the channel and they're not getting the updated links. So we've made it so easy every morning to find the shows right here because we reuse these Seam 2 links. Now we have to, especially with Facebook, we have to wait until we're live for that link to be updatable, right? Because otherwise it would show you like yesterday's show. So once we're live, within a few minutes of going live, I update these links and then you're good to go. Don't forget, you can also watch us on cmrtv.com. That's still very, very much live and rocking. Okay. So, yes. So that's how that works. So follow the channel. And we send everything, traffic alerts in the channel, the works. Everything pretty much. Okay. So let me just try to see if I can remember. I am interested in trying to remember how to share my phone again. I always forget this. There's an actual way for me to do like phone sharing, but I can never remember the name of the app on the computer. There's like an app that I need to, nope, it's not that one. It's quite, sometimes I remember back in the day with BlackBerry, I used to use it all the time. There was an actual app that allowed you to have like your full BlackBerry phone on computer. And I loved it because I didn't have to finger type and I could write messages on the computer and all sorts of stuff. Let me just see if I can find, I know I have it on here. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me just stop sharing that screen for a second. See how quickly I can figure it out. In fact, I don't think that I have used it in a while. So, you know what happens when you don't use it? Everybody say it together with me. You lose it. Yes. Let me see. Nope, that's not it. It's like casting. Oh, here we go. I think this is how you do it. Is this it? No, that's not what I want. No. Okay. Let me see. I can't even remember how this works. Oh, I can now link with camera. Look at that. It's even gotten easier to do. Huh. Or no, that's not it. Let me see. Oh no, that's a different feature. Preferences, check for updates. All right, I am going to somehow figure this out. CMR Studio. Oh, maybe I'm thinking, is it like, oh Lord, can't remember how to do it now. I do think that it's one of those things that once you do it, then it kind of saves it from there. No updates available at this time. Okay. Strange. Can't remember. All right, we're gonna practice this more because I think this is a good lesson. And if you don't use something, then you'll never quite remember how to do it. All right. Now it's gonna and I don't know how to connect. You do know this, right? You do know. Now I'm bothered. Until I figure it out, it's going to be in the back of my head. Like, why can't I figure this out? Okay, connection. Airplay security. Oh, I think I know why. It's just hit me. I have to be in the same network. Yeah. Hold on, honey child. Oh, why am I in that network? What? That's weird. Why is my phone in that network? That's the guest network. I should never be in that network. Okay. All right. Now I think I got it. I was sitting here thinking to myself, I don't recall it being this hard. Yep. Just like that. Now we got to put in the little security code because you should never just automatically connect to anything. Johan is message. Johan, I'm going to show people your message this morning. You are automatically in the naughty corner. Would you guys like to see the foolishness that Johan is sending me this morning? Hold on. I'm going to show it to you guys. This boy child. Oh my God. Oh, his poor mom must have had the most interesting time with him. I'm just saying. Wow. Lord have mercy. Hold on one second. Johan is just so funny. Okay. Let me show you now. So I think I still have to share this bits. Hold on, honey child. All right, here we go. I'm going to now share this screen, entire screen, with you guys. Okay, here we go. Okay, oops, sorry, I need to open my phone back. Okay, so this is the phone, because I want to show you guys on the phone, because it is a little bit different on the phone. So there's Johan annoying me with his messages. I command you to get to the important stuff. Wait a minute. How do I, oh, no, I don't want to do that. I should be able to, wait a minute. I'm sharing the screen, but I thought I'm supposed to be able to control the screen. Am I not able to control the screen? So I can actually do screen recording this way. Oh my God, that is so cool. So this is Johan harassing me this morning. I command you to get to the important stuff /drama/news. Don't make me have to call Don Marlin, AKA Yardy Bad Man, to regulate your attitude plus behavior. What? And then I'm going to send him a little reply. Let me send him this one. Deplorable. Hello. He makes you want to drink first thing in the morning, so maybe this one's appropriate too. Where you just throw the phone down and you pick up a whole bottle of wine and chug it, because that's how Johan sometimes makes you feel. Abby says no brownies for Johan. Okay, let me get back to the important stuff. All right, so in your, this is iPhone, so keep in mind that iPhone is obviously a little bit different. But with iPhone, how you get to channels is you go to that little bottom icon, bottom left, where it says updates. You click on that. And then here are the channels. So these are the channels that I follow. So I follow a bunch of government ones. Naturally, I'm following the New York Times. Oh, no. Oh, that's from February. Gosh, I haven't read it in a while. I was about to say, what? Another bombing? Yeah. So this is about the tariff situation. Trump administration suggests tariffs refunds may take significant time. Duh. The whole situation with the Israeli bombarded Beirut and its southern outskirts last Wednesday and early oh man. Oh. Yeah. Oh my God, the Israeli government is ridiculous. Just killing people left, right, and center. Lebanese officials say Israelis bombing campaigns have driven more than 800,000 people from their homes. Oh, so sad. A statue of Trump and Epstein reenacting the Titanic pose appears on the National Mall. OMG, what the heck? Trump's Iran war is causing problems for his ally in Italy. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so you can follow the channels, right? So you can go here and manually, I follow BBC News, Wall Street Journal, and you can go here and follow, like they've got all sorts of football things. There was the Olympics, football. Oh, I think I should follow Al Jazeera English. That has over 500,000 followers. I'll follow them. I'll give them a follow. So you can explore more. They've got Netflix, Spotify. Most people now, most companies and organizations now have channels. Oh, I love Nat Geo. 6.4 million followers. I'll give them a follow. So they've got entertainment, sports. There's Shakira. News and information. Mostly I do news and information. TED Talks. Ooh. I can't follow too much though, because then I feel like I have too many things to try to look at. UNESCO, UNICEF Health. So they've got everything here. There's Mercedes, AMG. Oh my gosh, they have 4.8 million followers. Liverpool Football Club has 18.4, UFC 7.4. So lots of followers here. And then, like I said, when you follow a channel, so case in point, I just followed Nat Geo, right? So you see right there how it has a little number 1 because it's now has a notification. So for me to be able to get those without going into this updates, AKA channel section, I should go into the channel. And then you notice the bell, see it right up here, top right-hand corner. It has a line through it. So that means that every time they send out something, I'm not going to know. I'm not going to get notifications. So what I will now do is I'm going to press the bell. There we go. Now it says notifications are unmuted. And so every morning Angela messages me, I can't get you. That's because you're not following the channel. So now you'll get notifications in your regular screen when these people, when Nat Geo sends out something, I'll get a notification. Otherwise, and I do leave some of them muted, right? Otherwise, it does this, like BBC News. I haven't looked at that in a while. I've got 444 notifications. So you do have to pick and choose, but CMR is definitely one that if I were you, I'd make sure I'm getting the actual notifications for. All right, so I'm going to message Angela. So when you go in the channel, easy to invite your friends. Right top hand corner, you see the little link. Copy that, and you can send link via WhatsApp. So I'm actually going to just send it to Angela and say, look, follow the channel, because every single morning you say the exact same thing to me. And I know now we've sent out the links, and the only reason why you wouldn't be getting it is please follow the channel and click on the bell to get the daily notifications. Maybe I should say to turn on notifications with an S. Top right is where the, oops, I must tell you, my phone doesn't always like me. What's up? Sometimes I think I'm doing too much and it just crashes. The bell is located. In fact, I'm going to make it very clear what kind of bell I'm talking about. I'm going to put the actual image is located top right. Okay. There you go. And you'll get the links daily. Show links updated daily. Okay. Thank you. Okay. There we go. And it's easy as that. ABC. All right. So hopefully that helps. Let's see who is here with us, though. Some of y'all know the assignment. Abby, she gets the assignment. Well, she's on Facebook. She's like, I'm on Facebook, girl. I got you. Strong Wilt, Irvelin, Mitzi, Lavana's in the house. Miss Lovita Dixon is listening from Rotan. Oh, good morning. How are you? How's Rotan? Miss Stacy was so excited this morning. She came and told me, oh my God, Miss Sandy, I saw the most beautiful parrots, Cayman parrots. Oh, I love them. Oh my goodness. Can I tell you how much I love a Cayman parrot? They're like my favorite. They're so unique and beautiful. And you hear them because they got big mouths, They definitely Caymanian. They got some big mouths on them. Quack, quack, quack. That's probably not how they really sound, but you know what I mean. They make a lot of noise, but they're absolutely gorgeous. And the one thing I must tell you, they travel together in pairs or more. I have never, ever really seen a Cayman parrot traveling by itself. They're always together. They're like freaking frack. Yeah. So she said she saw like 6 this morning in the tree. They were in her breadfruit tree. They're lovely. I love to see them. And you know where I see them at a lot? Cayman Bay. I don't know what it is with that area, if it's some of the trees that they have there that they really love, but I do see them quite a bit at Cayman Bay, like on the side where you have, what's it called? Oh gosh, like where CIS is, like the side where the hospital is. Like if you go through that entrance, there are trees and stuff on that side that they really, really seem to like. And so they're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So we'll, some people don't like them because they're like, oh, they're stealing my fruits off my tree. And I guess the farmers don't like that, but I'm like, give them grace. They were here before you and your farming. So one of the few indigenous things that we have left. So I don't mind if they want to steal a mango. I'm like, help yourself, child. Go right ahead. We're not starving yet. Yep. All right. They're gorgeous. Ben joining us from Kentucky this morning. Hey, Ben. How you doing, honey child? Robert is in the house. Kaula. Is that how you pronounce your name? Kaula. Oh, it's a nice name. Irvelyn says, I'm ready. Thank you, Irvelyn. By the way, let me just share with you that there is a memorial service being held today for Miss Octavia, who recently passed away. I think the community was, and continues to be, really caught up in not caught up, that's not the right word. We're invested. That's a better way of saying it. We're very, very invested in this story because of, her needing help and just how everything kind of came together. And it's such a sad situation, but they're having a memorial service for her. And so I want to encourage all of you who want to attend. Let me just try to get you some details. I just saw it yesterday. Let me just see if I can find it again. But yes, her memorial service is being held. There's something being held this evening and then something on tomorrow as well. Oh, here we go. I knew I saw it. So let me just share this with you by way of a bit of a public announcement, if you will. So, oops, they're not quite ready for us. All right. So they're having Thursday, which is today, March the 12th, at the Theo Bod Memorial Funeral Home on Walkers Road. They're going to do a viewing of the body from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. And then reflection hour is 7 p.m. until 8 p.m. What is reflection hour? I don't go to funerals really, but what is reflection hour? I don't think I've really heard of that before. I know a viewing of the body is a thing, not for me personally. I don't think I've ever gone to view a body except my uncle. I don't even think I did that with my dad because I don't really want to see someone's body. But I didn't really do the viewing of the body, but I was at the hospital where he passed, and I was able to, unfortunately, because I don't want to see a body. But anyway, for those of you who do, they're having a viewing of the body from 4 to 7, but I don't know what reflection hour is. I can't even tell you, but that's from 7 to 9. and all are welcome to bid farewell to her beloved mother, sister, colleague, and friend. And then on Friday is her actual, which maybe that's not open to the public. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing it here, but let me just have a quick look. They're actually having her memorial service. So that is tomorrow. And her polar bear will be closed for the day so that all of their staff can go. And this is going to be at the Emsley Memorial Church. And it says it's open to anyone. So open to anyone who'd like to attend and pay their respects. A viewing will be available from 2:30 and the service will be held at 3:30 on Friday. So their offices are closing at 1 p.m. on Friday so that they can, staff can prepare and so forth. So that's at Emsley Memorial. Emsley's obviously right there in Georgetown. At 3:30, they'll be having a memorial service. All right. So if you would like to attend, by all means, please do so. Okay. May she rest in peace. Right. Okay. All right. We'll post that on social media as well, because I know sometimes, that's where people look for notifications and messages. All right. Irvelyn, you ready? Strong Wilt. Miss Olivine is in the house. Good morning to you. Abby says, if you do 100, I'll donate 100 to the Humane Society. 100 squats? Girl, please. You were asking for a lot. It would take a lot for me to do 100. Oh my goodness. Someone says they love the Sosa Camana Bay. They are Caymanian after all. Talk about the parrots. Yes, honey child. That's funny. All right, let me double check on the minister because I see that the stream is gone. So let's double check. Hello, Johan. How about I blaze you up some brownies? I have a new brownie recipe that I want to try, but Johan is refusing to try it, but I'm going to trick him. Apparently, it's brownies made with black beans. So it's like an all healthy vegan brownie recipe. And you make it with black beans. And I told him about it and he's like, what? Are you crazy? I don't want no brownies with black beans. I'm like, you're probably not even going to know that it's black beans. So I'm going to throw it together and see what he thinks. Low key, don't even tell him. Morning, Stephen, joining us from the UK. Diamond Princess, Miss Iva, how are you? Robert says, oh, you're in jail again. Actually, in all fairness, Robert, it has been a minute that we have not been in jail because, I know the rules. Sabrina knows the rules, but because we share that channel with our other content creators, this week we got a warning and a strike all at once. So it's not anything that I did, but yes, YouTube has put us in jail for, I'm guessing they probably just shared a football mat from somewhere else and YouTube is all up in their feelings about it. Who knows? Marshall says, call him Mr. Fixer. That's Nathan. Oh yeah. Buenos dias, can barantes. Pura vida. I've been really working on my Spanish. I've joined a couple little YouTube channels that have lots of fun stuff. And I like it because they tell you how to use alternative phrases in Spanish. So you know how a lot of times you just get stuck saying one thing, like you say, hola, ¿cómo estás? Whatever. And they're like, no. Don't say ¿cómo estás in Spanish instead. And then they give you alternate things to say. Por ejemplo, ¿dónde te metes? And I've never said this before. And that means where have you been? I like it. I'm going to start using these. Like, hey, you see somebody like, hey, where have you been? You would say that in English, right? Yeah, makes sense. So in Espanol, it is ¿dónde te metes? ¿Dónde te metes? Okay. So I'm like, okay, that's a good one. Another way to say como estás or hello, a greeting basically, is como pinta el día. What's the vibe for today? Como pinta el día. And again, I've never really said that in Spanish. Como pinta el día. I could maybe use that occasionally. All right, that sounds okay. So there's a few people I'm following now. Here's one that is interesting. Todo en orden. Like, is everything okay? Todo en orden. Orden. Todo en orden. That one's a little bit of a tongue twister. I'd probably not say that one quite as often. But it's good to have, like, multiple ways of saying the exact same thing. It's good for you to know. Here's a long one. Que transita por tu venas. To me, that's too long. I'm like, yo, I just want to say hello. Hola. But this one is like, what vibe are you on today? Que transita por tus venas. Too long for me. I'd be like, what? What vibe are you on today? Okay. Let me do one more. Spanish lessons of the day. This one is que pinta el para qué? Panorama. Panorama. Que pinta el panorama. What's the situation looking like? Que pinta el panorama. Que pinta el panorama. Okay. Panorama. All right. Anyway, I love these because they're short and quick and easy. And they give you, like I said, these amazing little phrases that you can use. So will I now use all of those instead of como estás? Realistically, como estás is stuck in my head. But donde te metes is posible. So I'll let you guys know. Miss Olivia, good morning. Hello, Miss Sherry Ann. Wee's in the house. King Robbie says, good morning, Lady Sandy. Blessings to you and your weekend coming up. Thank you, sir. It's right around the corner. Hello to the beautiful Miss Lucille joining us in the UK. Andrew is in the house. Abby says, yep, no brownies for him. Strong Will says, Auntie, please send out a belated birthday wish for Miss Janice Frederick, wishing her all the best and many more to come. God bless her always. Thank you. Oh, yes, Miss Janice, my apologies. Miss Janice Frederick, happy belated birthday to you. Good morning to Miss Ann and Emma. Miss Darlene is also here. KK wants to know, how are Octavia's kids? So sad. Yeah, I mean, gosh, it is really, really sad. I don't know. I mean, I can only imagine. Oh my God. Whoa. I don't know. Those poor kids. It's got to be, oh my God. I cannot even imagine. Children worry about stuff and you have to be so careful. Gigi was telling me last night she's worried. And I was like, worried about what? From our perspective, you think, oh my God, your kids have the best life. They don't have any worries. But there are things that in the mind of a 9-year-old, remember, they see the world a little bit differently than we do. And even the stresses of war. I try not to watch any kind of, like, I don't normally watch TV anyway, but I definitely, when she's around, I try not to talk about Trump. I try not to watch anything about him, any negativity, anything in the news. I'm not trying to watch this Iran situation. Like, obviously we talk about it here. She's not allowed to listen to my show. She's a 9-year-old. This is an adult show, I think, in a lot of ways, right? So her dad doesn't listen to the show. She doesn't listen to the show. So I was trying to get to the bottom of what was stressing her. And it took her a minute to actually tell me. I'm like, well, what's going on? What kind of thoughts are you having? And then she was like, I'm afraid of, like, you guys dying. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I'm afraid of you guys dying like Coco. Oh my God. Listen to me. I'm still so upset about the whole Coco. I will never, ever, ever get over what happened to Coco, my dog, who was murdered by the neighbor's dog. And I can't get over it because when you witness something like that, it is that traumatic. It really, really is. And unfortunately, Gianna was walking outside with me and Coco when it happened. So my first thought was, oh my God, I need to save Coco. But obviously, my next immediate thought was, I need to get Gigi inside because this dog could have turned on her. I didn't know, what the situation was. So I quickly grabbed her up. I don't know if Misha's listening this morning, but Misha and Corey were over at the house. And I just was banging on the door, take Gigi inside. But she saw enough, unfortunately, for it to have a permanent mark on her head. And I understand why people can be afraid of dogs, especially if they've had a situation when they were very, very young and they had a dog attack. You never really probably get over that, right? So she, for a long time after it happened, she was like blaming herself. I mean, she would have been probably 5, I think, 4 or 5 years old when it happened. And she was so distraught by seeing that. For months afterwards, she would be talking about Coco and how that bad dog killed Coco. And she's like, is he going to go to jail? Well, the police, nothing ever came of it because they're just beyond slack. And so it was a really difficult conversation. I mean, I was obviously very, very upset and distraught in the aftermath. And I cried listen, I have cried in my life, and then I have cried in my life. And this was one of the top cries in my life. I was so devastated. I don't think I've ever really had a panic attack, but I think that night, my response would be the equivalent of a panic attack. I literally thought I was going to have a heart attack. I couldn't believe what had just gone down. I was so devastated. Even now that I think about it, my heart rate is increasing. And so I had to, Marlon would not let me see her afterwards. He's like, I don't want you to remember her like that. And it was just really, really hard. So for me, it's interesting that when she is, when now our daughter is stressed out, I can still hear her talking about Coco. She brings up, because that is her reference point for death and the horrible experience. And that is so sad because Coco was such an amazing dog. I would have wanted them to kind of grow up together. She was a little bit older, so I don't know how many good years, but these dogs can live a long time if you take care of them. So I'm really sad that her point of stress and reference and death and loss is around the loss of her dog. And so she's like last night, she was like, I don't want anybody to die. What happened to Coco? So I had to have a little bit of a moment with her. Just really, really sad. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's not even think about it. So I had to console her a little bit. I'm not sure what it is that has gotten in her head. I do know that her dad and I, the night before last, were talking about Turkey because we're supposed to be doing a Turkey trip. But of course, Turkey is in the heat of, so we were having dinner with some friends and we brought up Turkey, not really going into a lot of details, but I was like, I don't think Turkey is a good idea. We see missiles going over Turkey. I'm like, I'm just thinking that's not a good idea. And Dad made a joke. Sometimes his jokes are not well placed, that he's going to go no matter what, even if I never come back. And then she's like, what? You're going to never come back? I'm never going to see you again? I was like, Marlon, don't say that around a 9-year-old, because then she's like, who's going to take me to school in the mornings? The way that they interpret certain things. She's like, who's going to take me to school in the mornings? And then he was joking. He's like, oh, I'll just teach Zeus how to drive. She's like, but Zeus can't reach the pedals. So you have to be you have to be so careful, even in jest, even in joking, the things that you say that children hear, because they don't get all the jokes, and they're impacted by the things that obviously is around them, the things that we say. So all right. Unfortunately, the minister will not be joining us. His schedule kind of change. Are they finished with Parliament yet? Because I know the night before they were in Parliament for like up until 2:00 in the morning. Crazy, right? But they're getting it done. Child, I don't know how they be functioning when they stay up that late the next day. Okay, so Luis says, you're getting good at that Spanish. Good morning. Buenos dias, señor. Buenos dias, señor George. ¿Cómo estás? Let me see. Auntie Sandy Hill. Something señorita. I don't know what the other word, it kind of ran into my name. So I'm not. Buenos dias. No, buenos. Something señorita. Actually, yo estoy señora. No longer señorita. There you go. All right. KK says, only so much we can hide from our kids when they go out to places or being exposed to the public. Whatever things are being shown there or talked about. And that is true to a certain extent as well. But I do think that's why you need to control where your children go. You know, she doesn't really get to go very many places. And so, yeah. But, you know, in passing, I'm sure she probably hears stuff. I'm sure the kids at school, this is the thing, other children might be getting exposed to the news and then they talk about it in school and they're like, oh, there's a war now. So, you know, listen, these things impact children. I mean, they impact us as adults, but we have a bit more resilience because we've lived a little bit longer than they have. But when you think about it, like when I think about certain things, like I was a kid when the in the 7th grade, when the Challenger exploded, and I will never forget looking up in the sky because I was in Mr. Gentile, that was his name, 7th grade science class that morning. And he's like, oh, kids, let's all go outside and watch the Challenger because there was a teacher on that one. So it was like the teachers were all excited. And so he was such an odd man. He was a science teacher and we had a tarantula in the class and he used to feed the tarantula bugs, including roaches. And I was so grossed out by it. But anyway, he was like, let's go outside and look in the sky. We're all looking. You know, like, oh, okay. And then when it happened and you saw the streams of white, like little tentacle things, right? I was like, is that supposed to happen? It's supposed to look like that? Because in Florida, a lot of times on a clear day, you could see the shuttle, you know, whenever they would have a shuttle run. And we're all looking like, Mr. Gentile. And I think he didn't know what was happening. So he was like, let's go back inside, kids. And then when we went back inside, that's when we saw the news that the shuttle Challenger, I think it was called, had blown up. And I was like, what the heck? So there's certain things, especially as a child, that you will experience, especially when they're traumatic events, even if they're not traumatic for you. Parents, listen to me. You have got to talk to your children about it. You know, let them express how they felt in that moment and stuff, because this is grief. This is like, oh my God, the whole country then was mourning the loss of, I think at least 7 souls or something was on that shuttle. And I will always, forever, I feel like that's one of my key memories in life because of the trauma of seeing something like that. And again, it wasn't necessarily direct trauma, but indirect trauma impacts children. So as parents, I think we all need to pay attention to what children are being exposed to. This is why putting a child in front of a TV where they are seeing violence and stuff, and you're not cognizant of what is going through their head, and, you know, sometimes they don't share it with you, is a really bad idea. You've got to filter what kids watch and what they're exposed to, the language that they're exposed to, the people that they're exposed to. So, you know, if your children grow up in a chaotic household where they always hear yelling and screaming, that's how they will communicate. That's what they get used to. That is why the single predictor for children who are going to become abusive later in life, like they will become the abuser, is growing up in a household with an abuser. Once they see that behavior and that is normalized, It's going to take years of therapy for them to be able to not be that person, because that was what was demonstrated to them. That father figure, that mother figure, whoever was in the household, right? As an abuser. And a lot of kids, they're like, I don't want to be like that. But then that's their go-to response on how to handle their emotions and stuff. KK says, I remember when my dog got attacked as well. I cried like I lost a baby. Oh my God. I took days off from work and my boss is like, no, I took them off all the same. He was my baby before I got my real baby. Absolutely. Same thing with Coco. She was like my child. And every dog that I've had before her was like my child before I was actually ready for children. Yeah. That's the key to not having children. Get a dog. And then you realize, like, oh my God, this person is relying on me. Like after work, you can't go out anywhere. Like, nope, I got to get home. I got to go walk the dog. I got to let the dog out. I got to potty train the dog. It's like a small way of like, okay, this is what my life would be like with a child, you know, because of the dedication. If you're a good dog owner, because some of y'all just let them out and be like, yeah, whatever. Strong Will says it was sad about the 9-year-old child that passed away. I don't really, you know, I'll say yes, my condolences go out to the family. You know, they've requested some privacy around this situation, and I feel like they should get it. I don't really want to go into any details. And I said this yesterday about how the child died. It was a condition. It was a situation. And that's all really that I want to say. But it is very sad. And obviously, I know a lot more. And there is a story there about HSA, but I'm not even going to get into it. I'm just going to leave it alone because they've asked for privacy. So there you go. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, very, very sad. Strong Will says all parrots stick together just like the Filipinos travel together. They live in my Aki tree. Who lives in the Aki tree? The Filipinos or the birds? I'm just kidding. So, I mean, I think that's a great thing for people who stick together, you know? I think that's amazing. Parliament adjourned. Okay, Sindai. Thank you, Senor Belika. Good morning to Miss Brenda. Yeah, I mean, I think it's best that we not travel to Turkey under these circumstances. Child. Pick another country, maybe Asian country or something. But boy, Trump is messing up all kind of people's lives right now, and me not being able to travel, I'm sure, is the least of it. Oh my goodness. Andrew says, I remember that day I was in New York. How many people were on there, including 2 women? I think it was like maybe 7 people in the Challenger. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. I think for some reason the number 7 is sticking out of my head. But let me see how good my memory is, because that was a long time ago. Let me see. 7 people. Wow. Not too shabby for an old person like myself. Yeah, 7 people on board the Space Shuttle Challenger during its final mission on January the 28th, 1986. And I do remember it was a very clear day. We went outside. It was a nice, clear day. And they had the pilot, mission specialist. They had 3 mission specialists. The commander was Francis Scobie, and they had a payload specialist, and Chris McAuliffe was the payload specialist and teacher selected from the Teacher in Space program. So sad. Krista. So she was the first teacher to have gone into space. And that's why, again, we were outside watching it. Our teacher, Mr. Gentile, he was excited. He's like, the first teacher in space. This is exciting. So 7 people. It's funny that I remember that, because I don't know why I thought 7, but again, these sort of tragic events really do stick in your head in a way that you probably never will forget. It's kind of like people who, might have witnessed the JFK assassination or just different things in history and then I think also what happens when it's like a nationwide mourning, like 9/11, when it like really impacts everyone. It also adds a heavier element to it, right? Because you really do, I don't know, like everybody's talking about it, everybody's mourning it, everybody's, so yeah, there's something else there as well. So it's crazy. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so what you gonna do? I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna do. I just know that it's stressful. And I think that for me, the thing that you have really, really got to do is let them talk about it. Like, don't dismiss it. You hear them out. Let them tell you why they're stressed about it. And then, you try to comfort them. But you have to let children know that these feelings are normal. We all worry about death and losing our loved ones and children, And I kind of said to her, I don't know if this was the right thing to say, but I said, it's okay to feel this way. But also in life, nobody makes it out alive. She's an only child, And I do worry about that because I think if you have siblings and your parents die, at least you've got each other. She's an only child. So I'm just like, oh my God. That reminds me, get up and do some squats. Y'all sitting here looking at me, not reminding me about these squats. What's wrong with you people? Get up right now. We got to live longer. And this sedentary lifestyle that we're living is not going to make us live any longer. All right. Who's my squat counter? I would like for everyone to get up who can. We are back to squatting. Now, I'm going to be honest. We got to kind of start over because we can't go from 0 squats to 50. So shall we start off with 10? Is that a fair number? So here's the goal. Every hour that you're sitting, every hour, you need to get up and do a minimum of 10 squats. So if you sit for 5 hours a day, every hour, do 10 squats, okay? All right. Gotta shake out the legs, honey child. Shake out the knees. Kind of limber up a little bit. Okay. Are we ready? Irvlyn says she's ready. King Robbie says, I was living in the Cayman Islands when 9/11 happened. So sad. Oh my God. I remember. I was actually at SEMA at the time, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I was so shocked again. I was like, what on earth is going on? Okay. Are we ready? Irvlyn, are you going to count for me? All right. Instagram folks, get up. Let's do it. We can do this. Count of 10. Okay. All right. I think I'm ready. All right. Ready, ready, ready. Let's go. 1. And if you have a chair behind you, you can actually put it there because the easiest way to make sure your form is good is just pretend like you're trying to sit in that chair, but don't actually sit in it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I feel like I can go to 15. Feeling pretty good. Let's do 5 more. 1, that was 10. 2, 3, yes. 4, yep. 5. Okay, I could do more, but I feel like I'm going to start to get a little bit winded. So that's 15. And then let's not overdo it. Slow and easy wins the race. All right. But if you feel like you could do more, then go right ahead. Do more. Not a problem. All right. So Strong Will says, yep, she might have heard it at school about the 9-year-old child that passed. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah. Interesting. All right. Andrew says, true, Sandra, we have the filter TV, computer access. We have to filter the TV, computer access due to content. Children absorb like sponges. They really do. They really, really do. Miss Brenda says when parents are having these conversations with their children, they need to make sure that their affairs are in order. It's never too early to do that, but it's absolutely necessary once you have children. You're right. Absolutely right. Irvlyn did 20. Good for you. Who else did the squat challenge? I need to see some people tell me that they're participating. Nope. I don't think they save your passport number. Okay. All righty. Let me see. All right. Morning, Sandy. Please don't read on air. Okay. Oh, so sad about a child losing a parent. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And that's just it, is when they lose, one parent or someone close to them, then, it's just really, really difficult for them to understand it and to process it. Because then they're just like, am I going to lose my other parent? Yeah. So sad. All right. Someone is reporting a derelict vehicle on the new bypass, and they're saying it's been there since the weekend on the new road off of the Savannah bypass. Why do people insist on leaving their vehicles there on the roadside? I mean, things happen, but leaving it there for exorbitant amounts of time, 48 hours, 24 hours, but, yeah, not good. Not good at all. So, yeah, so sad. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. All right, good morning to Miss Sophia. How are you guys doing? All right, today is our Ask Auntie Sandy question day. So if you have a burning question, today is going to be your day to ask said question. Technically, you can ask me anything you want. There it is. Look at that, Q&A day. All right. So ask anything you want, but make it sensible. Marshall says I didn't do any squats. I was doing the counting. Marshall, you can do two things at once, right? You can chew gum and walk. Another person said I did 10, but because of my back problem, I'm trying not to overdo it. Good. Yeah. Don't overdo it. It's okay to not overdo it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, the service for Joey was yesterday. Oh, may he rest in peace. All righty. Let me just see. Okay. All right. So don't forget, somebody just said, where's the YouTube link? Follow the channel and you'd have access to it. Very, very interesting. Okay, so last night we posted, and this is something that is actually, oh man, Facebook just crashed on me. I just saw a video that reminded me. This is something that is actually trending right now, and it has to do with shoes and Trump. Now I know y'all are thinking, what does shoes and Trump have to do with each other? Well, I'm going to tell you. Donald Trump apparently has purchased shoes Such a weird thing to purchase for someone. He has purchased shoes for his political friends, I guess. I don't really know what this is about. It's just weird for like my boss to purchase me shoes. Okay. But y'all are here for the weirdness, that's for sure. You don't seem to mind it. So he purchased shoes for his league of followers, his minions, and it's trending all over the world. So Marco Rubio got to wear a pair of these shoes. He's buying $145 floor shine dress shoes with laces for his allies. That is a kind, lighthearted way to encourage loyalty and unity within his circle. This is like the emperor not knowing that he's naked. Like what? There's no degree of self-awareness with these people whatsoever. So yes, so he is purchasing shoes for people. Now, there's a few people who miss the forest for the trees, and I'm not really surprised. We have, for example, what is this guy's name? Rowan Mullins saying, now you see, what do you say? Now you see no one should take this garbage called Mall Road serious. Now look what this so-called blogger first time to be, I mean, you need to learn how to write. First time to be posting about someone's shoes. I mean, seriously. But y'all really surprise me. Here's the thing with the shoes. It's not just about him buying them shoes. Miss Brenda says maybe they're running shoes. That would be more appropriate, I would think. So he's bought these shoes that are too big. Okay. Here's the weird thing. If you're going to buy someone a personal item like clothing or shoes, which I only reserve for the closest people to me, I wouldn't just buy some, even coworkers. I have never looked at a coworker and thought, oh yes, I should be buying you shoes. If you're really good friends with your coworker, but shouldn't you ask them their shoe size first? So this is just typical lack of planning. You know, nobody seems to care. He buys you shoes that are too big. That's one thing. It is just weird and kind of odd for someone like the president to be buying people shoes. And I don't know what that has to do with loyalty and unity, but whatever. I guess everybody looks alike. Everybody's wearing the same shoe size. There's something to be said for that. Okay. Interesting way of thinking. But the part that gets me is you don't ask for their shoe size. So you're just looking at their feet and guessing what shoe size they wear. Okay. Again, very, very strange, very, very odd, but whatever weirdness these people are into. Okay. But here's where it gets, this is the part that gets me. This is the part that people like Rowan Mullings and everybody else seems to miss. Why would you wear them? Not for nothing, but I've had people gift me things and I'm like, okay, thanks for thinking of me, I guess. Right? But if it doesn't fit, I'm not going to wear it. Who in their right mind allows someone to purchase them? Listen to this now. A pair of shoes that does not fit. And then you turn around and you actually wear the shoes. So you're going to wear shoes that are too big for your feet, which means that there's an actual physical possibility that you could easily trip in these shoes. Have you ever worn shoes that were too big? Let's forget about the aesthetics of wearing shoes that are too big, but you can easily trip in these shoes. And because you want to make this guy happy, this is the point that they're missing. Because people like Marco Rubio, who this man has insulted on more than one occasion. Remember, Marco Rubio is Cuban or half Cuban or whatever, Spanish. right? And he gets up and say, well, I'm not going to, yeah, did he pass the Spanish test when he was speaking in Spanish? Well, I'm not going to speak Spanish. So whatever kind of vibe, like right in front of a Spanish speaker, he insults them and they're like, okay with it. It's crazy. Then you turn around and you actually wear the shoes. It's their inability to say no to him. Not even directly, but if somebody bought me something and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's not exactly my style or whatever, I'm not going to wear it. It's as simple as that, right? I am simply not going to wear it. These people are this is, like I said yesterday, cultish behavior. You're going to wear shoes that are completely the wrong size just because they came from Trump. And you guys really missed the forest for the trees. Like, why are you writing about shoes? I'm like, really? Wow. You guys don't get it. Somebody joked and said they probably weren't even manufactured in the US of A. So I wonder how many got shoes that were too small for their feet. Obviously, he thinks that Rubio's a bigger man than he is. I am just like flabbergasted. I have to chuckle. Ooh, Senora Alba says, buenos dias, Sandy, ¿cómo estás? Okay, I have a new Spanish term that I'm going to be practicing. Instead of saying ¿cómo estás to you, I'm going to say, ¿dónde te metes? We're learning. ¿Dónde te metes? Buenos dias. Alfred Real says, like that Middle Eastern reporter that threw his shoes at George Bush. You know what they say about big feet, big shoes. Well, yeah. How about little feet and shoes are too big? Are you pretending then to have big feet? Lord have mercy. What a mess. Strong Will says that those shoes look like water boots. Marshall says those Trumpsters are a bunch of kiss and idiots. I think that's supposed to be something else with nothing about him, nothing about them. It's just so weird. It's just bizarre. I would not wear oversized shoes that somebody bought me, but there you go. Ay, 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 caramba. Que planchera. All right. Here's something of interest. Use this one, says inspiring. ¿Qué has hecho? What have you done? ¿Qué has hecho? Okay. Like, what have you been up to? What have you done? All right. In case you were wondering if this, they want to tell us that we're the ones because we talk about these things. And by the way, this is trending all over. Like, oh, you're obsessed with him. Not really. I'm obsessed with people who remain silent, seeing the wrong thing being done and remain silent. But I can tell you that this is actually trending all over the world yesterday with literally hundreds of thousands of people. Like, they posted hundreds of thousands of people laughing at this. So this was at the Capitol Visitor Center and House Office Building with this man wearing these shoes. He was photographed. Then they said because Trump guessed his size, but he's wearing them anyway because he is a spineless bootlicker. I got to read this post because this is hilarious. Dementia Dawn has apparently developed a new obsession with shoes and has been buying them for everyone in his orbit to wear, except Mr. Stable Genius has just been guessing at what the sizes are, and everyone is just going along with it. This is beyond pathetic. It truly is remarkable to see how everyone around Trump is willing to debase themselves. This is the point. Suffer constant humiliation and throw away their own dignity for a chance at being able to use the power of the presidency to achieve their perverse ideological goals, be it mass deportation in the case of Stephen Miller, or the toppling of every government he doesn't like in the case of dead-eyed psychopath Mark Rubio. Feet looking a little small there, little Marco. Oh my God. I don't make this stuff up. I'm just reporting on it. So this is trending literally all over the place, and low key, it is really, really funny. I mean, there's so many elements to this that are hilarious. Like Trump doesn't even have the common sense to say to his assistants, like, listen, okay, we're going to buy these guys shoes. Why shoes? I don't know. It's weird. Don't ask me. I don't understand it. But at least get the right size. Have your PAs like go around asking, okay, what size do you wear? It's local. It's local. And then they tell us we're the ones who are deranged. It's like, okay. Whatever makes you feel better. Here's another meme about it that is pretty funny. And this caption says that, look, Trump bought everybody new shoes. For the benefit of our radio listeners, they're all wearing the big oversized clown shoes. Oh, Lord. Hot tamales, hot tamales. Lord have mercy. OMG. No, sir. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just came across a post by Miss Andine. Oh my goodness. May she rest in peace. Oh, I miss her daily messages, boy. She's been messaging me every day. But yeah, so that's the shoe debacle at the moment, but it really isn't about the shoes. It's about the fact that people can be so silly that you'd actually put on these shoes and wear them with pride, I guess. Like, really? No, sir. It's different. Uh-oh, hold on. It is definitely different. And I don't know. I'm just like, wow. I struggle to understand what is going on here with these shoes. But anyway, there you have it. Enjoy your new shoes, Marco and others. Yeah. So Alfred says, unless Sandra, think about it. What if Trump was signaling to Rubio that he cannot fill Trump's shoes? I don't think that Trump is that smart to have thought about this so far in advance. Like, no. I know we're looking for the higher meaning in all of this, and that would be great. But I honestly think that these guys, Trump in particular, is not really that smart. That would require some intellectual processing that he's just not capable of. But anyway, give him credit if you want. I just don't think he's that smart. So in that sense, then Rubio is wearing it to concede that he cannot step into Trump's shoes. I don't know, boy. All right, try que lo que? Like, what's the what? Very, what? Quisqueyano? What is Quisqueyano? Que lo que? Like, what the what? Like, what's going on? Like, what the what? Andrew says, I can see it now. Trump is like, Marco, how do you like the shoes? Marco replies, Mr. President, they're a little tight, but I love them. Marshall says, those shoes don't look new. They are Trump hand-me-down shoes he gave Marco Rubio. No, man, apparently he's been purchasing them. Big shout out to Florsheim. Who's a big Florsheim fan? I mean, back in the day, that's what the men used to wear. And I think, are there a couple of those shoe stores still around? They're granny shoes for sure. Grandpa shoes. All right. Can we give, Andrew says, all clowns with their puppet master, none of them have the balls to tell him what he's doing is ludicrous. Oh, que lo que is very Dominican. Oh, I don't know that many Dominican people. I'm going to be honest with you. Most of the Spanish people I know are not Dominican. But there's a guy that I follow on Facebook who's Dominican. He's funny. He does a lot of Dominican memes and stuff. Can we do a big shout out to Madam Mia Motley? Here's what she had to say yesterday on the whole situation with Cuba. Listen to this.
This matter with the Cubans and the nurses should tell us everything that we need to know. Barbados does not currently have Cuban medical staff or Cuban nurses, but I will be the first to go to the line and to tell you that we could not get through the pandemic without the Cuban nurses and the Cuban doctors. I will also be the first to tell you that we paid them the same thing that we pay Bajans, and that the notion, as was peddled not just by this government in the US, but the previous government, that we were involved in human trafficking by engaging with the Cuban nurses was fully repudiated and rejected by us. Now, I don't believe that we have to shout across the seas, but I am prepared, like others in this region, that if we cannot reach a sensible agreement on this matter, then if the cost of it is the loss of my visa to the US, then so be it. But what matters to us is principles. And I have said over and over that principles only mean something when it is inconvenient to stand by it. Now, we don't have to shout, but we can be resolute. And I therefore look forward to standing.
So, good for you, Madam Mia Motley. Glad to see that you are speaking out on this, and I agree with her. You know, yeah, I think that there are ways in which we can stand with the Cuban people and not necessarily supporting the Cuban government. That makes sense to you guys? We support the people of Cuba. We don't necessarily ride with the government of Cuba, but the people deserve our support. Andrew says, much respect for this lady, especially for Women's Month. Absolutely. She's going to tell you like it is. I absolutely love her. I want to meet her one day. Alfred said that's an older interview of Mia Motley. This is when Trump was canceling visas months ago. Well, it's still very pertinent because what they're now doing, even Honduras, under pressure from Trump, is they are now canceling their partnerships with the government of Cuba in order to like the trade with the nurses and stuff, in order to appease the US government. And that's unfortunate. I mean, that is really, really unfortunate. So I don't know what the date on this is. I mean, I'll try to get the date, but if it was a couple months ago, it's still very, very relevant because the US government is pressuring others. It says it was March the 12th, but even if it was a couple months ago, the US government is trying to pressure people. And I don't care what Jamaica says. I think Jamaica was pressured, or they felt the pressure of the whole US visa thing. They were pressured to no longer assist the Cuban people. And that really, really breaks my heart. They bring value. Let me be very clear. This is not a situation where it's a complete charity. No, the Cuban nurses and doctors actually bring value to countries because they tend to be very highly skilled and highly trained, despite lack of resources in their own country. So, Andrew says she still stands on that today. Absolutely. Sad. All right. This commenter says, I follow the WhatsApp channel, but the link wasn't posted there yet when I message you. And even when someone follows a YouTube channel, we still don't get every notification when it goes live or has a new post/video. Yes. And I'm aware that that is very much the case, especially with YouTube. Facebook is a little bit different. I think Facebook, you're more likely to get notifications. And that's why I just follow the channel, and I will. It takes me a few minutes, but I will send them out. I don't think squeeze was correct, though. You squeeze into tight shoes, not oversized shoes. Yeah, I think the person was being facetious. Perhaps being squeezed to dropped. You know what? Let me read that comment again. What did it say about being squeezed? Maybe they weren't using squeezed, really talking about the shoes. They were talking about this man squeezing them, squeezing their intellectual capacity. That's for sure. What was the squeeze comment again? Maybe there was a double meaning there. All right, but correct. Who buys someone's shoes unless it is family or close friends? The desperation is clear. What a hot mess. All right, let's see. We got a caller on the program. Let's pick up. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the show. Hold on one second. I don't think anybody can hear you. Hello, can you hear me? Hello. Oh, there we go. Yep. Hi, good morning. Good. How are you? Good. Mm-hmm. People are saying that they can't hear you. Can you hear now? Let me see. People say they can't hear you, so I'm hearing you, but I don't know why they can't hear you. Okay. Yeah, the show number is 9. This isn't the show number. So the show number is 9362626. No person said no, they can't hear you. All right, try the I'm just trying to see. I'm not sure why they can't hear. Okay. I don't know why yeah. I'm not sure. Can you guys hear both of us? I'm not really sure. Somebody's saying they can hear you, but it's not clear. We can hear that someone is talking, but can't hear what they're saying. Oh. Okay. The show number is 9362626. Yes. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out. Yeah, we are still, something has changed, I think, with our WhatsApp settings when you call in this particular number. And I'm not really sure why, to be honest. So I'm still trying to figure that one out. I gotta play around with it. But, and how are you guys listening to the show? I guess that's also a good question to ask, how you're listening to the show. All right. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yes, hi. Morning, yes.
Okay. I am the person, and I want the world to know that I am the person that got the burnt up on the 4th of July, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It was a Friday when after I listened, you and Sabrina, the first time you guys had come together online, and I reached home. When I reached home, I was on the phone and inside my car. When I approached the door was like hot, and I said, "Put this on hot tea," and it's 6:20 something. When I opened the door, I felt an extra heat. Where it coming from, I can't say. Prior to that, I was told, you don't cook, so you don't have to open the kitchen door, from the person who I was sharing with. By the time I said to myself, no man, this is too hot. 2.5 weeks I moved there. 79 August Stephen Drive at Lookout Garden. First, I'm going to live around there. Rented the place on the paid the money on the 9th, moving on the 15th. And after moving, as I keep complaining, somebody approaching the door inside, and the wall is extra hot. We don't know why the wall is so hot, but there was an extra heat that day. Prior to me going towards the kitchen door, by the time I tried to open the knob, like turn the knob, I don't turn the knob good. I younger ear, an explosion in my ears, everything. And I was just like feeling something spraying all over me. I couldn't see nothing. I ran out. After I ran out to the doors of everybody. It was just 3 cars in front, and they had their phone. Nobody come out until one lady stopped. I want to know that lady. She said she's a nurse. I don't know where she work, but she stopped and she said, "Oh my God, let me call 911." And after she called 911, the ambulance came. Before the ambulance came, a man run around the house, tried to turn on. Every pipe was turned off. Turn off. No water coming from the pipe. And I paid that morning. Persons was just on their phone. Right after I got the burn, the ambulance came. The lady lived next door. She's an ex-officer. You know what came out of her mouth? She said, "Oh, I thought it was my door slam." The next person said, "Then, oh, she not dropped yet." Miss Sandy, and to the public, things happening came on before, to me personally, that the police doesn't do anything. They don't do nothing. And it's only when one shift working. Nothing. And this is the worst that happened to me. And when you see I taking it to the public, because no officer came to me at the hospital. When I reached, my daughter was there. Who called my daughter? I don't know. And I only hear when the doctor said, "Oh, it's she. We can just put her to sleep and go down through her neck." I wasn't sleeping, but my eyes were burned. And I want to come on the show with the videos, the pictures of everything. And right there and then, I said, "You have to use the thing to find my vein." And when they use it to find my vein, I'm afraid of needle. I afraid of needle completely. There was a gentleman came to the hospital from the fire department, Mr. Mandison. Mr. Mandison said to me, my question to him, I said, "How planning pass this place? Because it don't look like it goes through planning." When I said that to him, he said to me, "Oh, we shut it down." And I said, "Oh, it shut down." He said, "Yes, because it's built illegal. Number 1, it built illegal. 2, she run the gas line through the roof. That's why I'm feeling the heat." He told me, I asked him, I said, "There was a line leaking." He said they found 2 lines were leaking. Yeah? I said, "So what is going to happen?" And he said, "Well, we're doing our investigation." I said, "You see that I don't cook. I don't do anything to the kitchen from I live there. Why? Because my dad run through fire with me. I don't like gas stove. And to how the building structured, it don't look safe." He said, "I saw everything for you. You have some expensive stuff." He told me that he saw my food because I went in with my fried shrimp fried rice. I buy food every day, 2, 3 times a day. My job beside the salon was taking care of persons who need cleanse, flush, and detox. So I was making my money. 2, 3 person is money. I paid her the rent because the person who I'm sharing with was just working outside of their permit. The boss just hold their permit. They're not getting any pay because it's not the permit. The person who they're working for getting have the permit, so they're just using them. He couldn't afford nothing. I do every spending. When the lady get on to me, the first thing she said to me, she called me from England because she had went away because her father had sick, Miss Pauline Russell. She called and she said, "Oh my God, thanks that I hear from you. I hear your voice." And she said to me, she said, 79 Harvest Stephen Drive is a chaos. I don't know what that have to do with me at the time, but, And she said, when I come, I'm going to talk to you as a sister to sister. I, in the hospital, have been contacting the police station. They put me on hold. They give me names that is not even them working. And when I came out, right through I've been in the hospital, I've been contacting them, trying to contact them to find out how nobody don't come to me for a report or anything. Nothing. Nobody don't talk to me. And that's all it is to find out that the very officer who on the case, he make the call and he said he don't know how the me don't curse word, FUCK.
You can't spell it either, my dear.
Oh, all right. I am not dead. She's not dead. The inspector up there, I spoke to him when I was at the hospital the other day. I said, "Oh, no, close off a case that nobody no investigate, nobody no come to me, nobody no ask me no question. I am the one who running on a down." Which is bad. I went to myself to the commissioner. And after I went to the commissioner, I went because the officer from the fire service said I can get the report. After everybody combined together and they're doing what they're doing, when I went to the fire department, I almost get lifted up to the upstairs. I spoke with Miss Tanisha and she called him. He said, "I will be getting the report." They sent me to the station. The station said, "Oh, I can't get the report." I went to the police, where you get police clearance, and the lady give me the names of the lady who work on second floor at Royal Building. And I went to her and I said, "Miss, I want to sign up on a report, say the case closed before me even come out of the hospital. And nobody don't contact me and find out what the burn, the severity of the burn I have." Miss Sandy, you see when she looked at me, it's like she was confused. She said, "It's not me, it's what the police told us." You see how sad it is? So if they don't do the investigation, anything them said, them just sign off on it. My own Jamaican police officer. So she went out and she come in with the detective. When I saw the detective, I recognized it's a detective that I spoke to on previous cases before and nothing done. His reply was, "Oh, unfortunately, Detective Morrison, unfortunately, it's you again." I said, "What?" And I had to raise my voice in his office. I said, "I need the report to see the report, what the report said. I need a copy." "No, you're not getting it." I even tried to show him the picture, the photo of me being burnt. He said, "I don't want to see it." I looked at him and I said, "Sir, you're not dealing with me with respect." And he make a call because I spoke with Inspector Haywood before. And when he saw me, I said, "It's me get burned. Nobody come to me. Nobody say nothing." And he said, "Go, they're going to have to take the report and statement from you." When I went to the detective called a sergeant and I went in his office. When I went in his office, You know what he said to me? He said, why you want to prosecute someone when you can get money from the lawsuit? I said, lawsuit? How I going to lawsuit somebody or sue somebody at the end of the day when you guys don't have a report or don't have a statement? And Miss Sandy, the fact that this lady, Pauline Russell, call herself a woman of God, she's in position and she's working, and I get burned. You know what? When she saw me, she did not know that somebody from the insurance place was there. She said, oh, they said it's you is the cause of the fire. Oh, I'm supposed to be cause of the fire. Why would I want to burn up myself? And I don't use the kitchen. I don't use the stove.
So this Pauline person is your
She's
landlord.
The owner. Yes, she is the owner.
Okay.
While I was in the hospital, she have Mr. Bodden, Mr. Robert Bodden call my number and said, oh, I am Miss Pauline, best good friend of mine, and I will be coming. I said, okay, if you're coming, just bring me a piece of aloe vera, because I was just want the aloe vera at the time because that's what I use on my burn. Yeah. When he come and saw that is me, because everybody know me as the salon name. Nobody knows me at my right name. Even the lady at the, up by Royal Building at the Detective Center, where they are, she did not know me by that name. I never knew it was you. And Miss Sandy, I remember being in the hospital. Got wrong medication. Doctors disrespect me. Nurse disrespect me in the state of my injury. Right? Because the medication, when they give you morphine, it only damage your kidney, damage your liver, and other organs. Petadine is the same thing. Another one that, I don't remember that name, but I have the list, so I will come back on the air, because I'm coming back, I'm just putting it out there. For somebody to get a second and third degree burn, then they put it out as accident. Nobody do no investigation. Nobody take no report. After I went to the police officer, he's trying to tell me that, oh, do not make nobody do you don't have to give no report, because when it goes through the fire department and when it comes to us, then the lawyer will take up the lawyer that I did not the ex-lawyer who was on the ambulance. He told me that. He said that is some, you know, call it, I don't want to say the word, things going on. When I went to the gas department, because I'm doing my own investigation, the gentleman at the gas department said to me, oh my God, I did not know that someone had burned so severely like this. If it was a member of their family, you'd have heard it all over the news. Up to yesterday, person said to me that they did not know it was me. And I bear it, suffer with it. I remember call you at one point when the hotel wanted to throw me out. And you were there. No compassion, no proper investigation. Police officers disrespectful. And they wish for me to dead. The bottom line of this is that I need it out there because I'm suffering. Out of everything. And this is not the first case. When B shift working and another shift, I think it is the D shift, but I have everything on paper. I'm just calling you, Miss Sandy, because I am overwhelmed with what is happening, traumatized. The doctors, you have some good, nice doctors at the hospital, but it's not them is my biggest fear. Is the ones that give me wrong medication and intentionally want to kill me. Intentionally. Because these persons have their persons in this entity, that entity, that entity. And what I want to find out, I am surprised that the fire department did not and tampered with their report because of who the person is, who the person working for. Persons look at me directly and said, oh, why you want to go up against these people? Why I am burnt? if you build your place legally, when you're calling yourself a woman of God and you're preaching God's word, you stand with the word. Not only stand with the word, but you act the word and demonstrate the word. And God going to hold some of them. Listen, Miss Sandy, I am just a little servant of God. And I've been through enough. And when I look at the office and I said, the person who used the stove needs to be questioned, because that morning he woke me up very early and said, you know, me no want to go to Jamaica, no, you go burn. Why would you say that? I am just taking one-to-one. And you know what? I was blindfolded to everything. He told me that her ex-husband was complaining, in build that place and she want inheriting it and all of that. I am not care about that. You need to be questioned. You angle the stove. You know what you do. And you come from Manchester. Look how much things happen in Manchester where they do things and then fly out just to see him. Not only that, I was in the hospital. You have my key. You take your friend that say you is in boss, you're on permit, and you and him go up there and want to steal out all I want to steal out to me. Don't to me very going on my salon and all of the things that way, you know, it's for construction, because me have a construction company. You move out with them behind my back. Me see up on camera even with one and me share me and say, what happened? Up until now, you can't present me share charger because and you know you didn't only have 2 pieces of clothes. So, Miss Sandy, I'm saying all of that to say this. I spoke with the commissioner. I spoke with ombudsman because you had recommended me to them. I need justice. All these officers at random who taking their money, taking their pay, and yet they are corrupted with persons outside of the police department. When cases like this arrived. This is not the first case. I was raped in Cayman. The officer, he was a sergeant then, and they later this inspector. He threw everything away. From then, I've been going through hell in Cayman. And you know the funniest thing, Miss Sandy? Persons since then up until today, me said, no matter what happened to me, even when we turned to the officer, Detective Morrison, you know what he said? Oh, you're not dead yet. Me said, I came into you prior to what transpired in April, the year before, and everything. And you asked me the same question. Will you wish for me to die? Miss Sandy, I am coming out again. I am asking the public for advices because this is not the first incident as it just happened and it slide. Yeah? I have all the reports. I have everything. Everything. Even when some of them disappeared, me could dig up and find copies. But Miss Sandy, these are the things I'm talking about. And when they said police officer, no, me, you have a police officer. I will call his name too. Damien Duar. He knows me because he come to my place. He had want to use my business to do scamming in Jamaica. The hire persons and they paid his wife so they can deposit money to their account. And this is no if, but, nor maybe. I come out publicly now because what I'm experiencing through the hospital, not only the hospital, but what I'm experiencing, 7 months my business was down. And this lady, Pauline Russell, not even take up the phone to say, let me find out. And she talked to me every day. It's me she talked to. She never even talked to the person who I was living with. You get what I'm saying? Never talked to him. More than she get the money out of me from my checking account, everything, because I was making my money. Cleanse, flush, and detox. Yeah?
So,
There is no investigation done, Miss Sandy. None. The police them do nothing because they find out who it is. And they know they have done me so much wrong. And you have some nice police officer who stand with their integrity, who know what it is to serve the community. But my own Jamaican police officers then, I can call them name, and I'm going to come out one day and call out the whole of them name. Stop take the Cayman Island money as paycheck, and you know now do some conspiracy and some dirty work. Stop it. Respect your job, respect your uniform, respect your position. Leave the corruption at Jamaica, or where you want to come from, because you don't have no links with other nationality police officer. Where don't do nothing to none of the cases them for me too. And I'm in fear of my life because of these incidents. My car was strapped into a garage, and when PC Brown with the next police officer, whenever I work them call her on off duty, she did off duty, then call her in. She disrespect me right in at the police station. And I'm the victim. I've been robbed. And it's only when that B shift working, there is a problem. My evidence destroyed in the police station. Destroyed in the police station. It was left in the police station on the seat, and the officer gave it to the front desk worker. And the folder was there. And the morning when I called, making a report about the loss of the folder, Miss Sandy, that's the morning when everything was destroyed. I'm just sharing bit by bit to you.
You've asked for advice.
Yes.
So I'm going to read some of the comments that I guess from the callers. Johan doesn't seem to want to hear it. He says, next caller. Carrie says, this is horrible, but what this lady went through, but I like how she expected her Jamaican police officers treated her different. Maybe, she says, she goes on to then say, maybe you should go home. Seems the Cayman Islands is not a good place for you.
This lady.
Then Andrew says, sounds like you need a good lawyer. Dorothy says you need a very good lawyer. Miss Lavana says, okay, miss, we heard you. Now please go and deal with the correct people. Sandy can't help. Get help from the right people. Maybe you need to go to a lawyer. So a lot of people saying that the way to deal with this is to get a lawyer to help you. Have you tried reaching out to any lawyers?
Yes, ma'am. And I was recommended to another lawyer just since last week. And he has a trial dealing with. So after he dealt with that trial, I believe I'm going to see him. But I have to come on public with it, because at the end of the day, there's so much things happen and it go under the carpet, which at the end of the day, the carpet that it go under is because of these officers. And it's not the first. It's not the first. I've caught them in these corruptions. Because persons talk to me on a daily basis. So I appreciate all their comments, and I will not disrespect anybody's opinion. Who want to hear it from who don't want to hear it I'm the person sitting in the shoes. I am the person. And if you have someone that doing wrong and you can't tell them what is wrong in their face, that means you're a hypocrite with them. Whatever transpired, justice needs to be served and served right. And who is doing the work? They must act in the right manner and proper behavior, that it don't look bad in the police system, because there you have some good, intelligent, respectful police officers who even know how to articulate themselves properly, demonstrate their work, persons respect them. And you have some of them, they are worse than the doers them on the street, worst. And they are from my country. And I will distinctly say my country because I am the one interact with them and I've encountered with them.
Mm-hmm. So we
things
do
that
have
that just go under the carpet.
Yeah. So we do have someone on WhatsApp who's made some comments. This person says she's trouble everywhere she go. Her daughter threw her out of her house after the explosion. She is trouble. She has schizophrenia. She's paranoid everywhere she go. She used to live amongst us one time, and she always think people out to get her. She always has some conspiracy theory. She doesn't eat from Foster's food fair because someone is trying to poison her. She's mad as, and then they use the F word.
All right, let me tell you something. That person is one of them. That person is one of them that in league and with the officer themselves. Let me tell you something, Miss Sandy. I will answer this person. My daughter that threw me out is the daughter that I serve from 0 to 8, and she bring up my daughter name. I don't afraid to tell anybody that my daughter threw me out because of her marriage. Her sister-in-law. So since she take that up, she knows there is a front desk officer who work. Whenever the report they made, she take out everything. No living amongst no one. I'm not troubled. And you see, when you're gone into my health issues, that means that you are a doctor. I do not have no sicknesses, no schizophrenia. I would have wished to get your name so you can get a lawsuit. You need a lawsuit. Because this is one of the corrupted person who maybe living here, whether you're Caymanian or you're not Caymanian or you're Jamaican or whoever, maybe doing things conveniently too. And I can make it be cleared to everybody in Cayman. I sent my work to Cayman. My work bring me to Cayman. I've never taken up to anybody to use, abuse, and then to refuse as conveniently. There are so many conveniences come to me here in Cayman, and I bring it attention, even try the case, amend the case, and bring it to the police station. So tell her, just like how I'm talking, tell a person what I'm talking. Identify yourself. If your name, what your name. Because you are one of the corruption. You are one of the corruption. They put me through a lot after my situation with my daughter. I raised her from 0 to 3. I never leave her nor forsake her. After 18 years old and she want to go out there, I can say it. That's when the disrespect comes in. Everybody knows who I am with my children. I look out for them. I do everything for them. I fought for them. It was just me from 0 to 18 years old. Support her. Never let you go on the road to say beg, hungry or nothing. And behind her, 24/7, the school teacher, the principal, and everybody respect me as a mother. So she coming on here with her negativity. She is one of the enemy. It's not everybody out to get me. I know who stand for me. And I know who there for me. And I'm not seeking any pity. Right is right. Something happened. If it was you burn, how would you take it? I am a blessed servant of God to go through fire, 2nd and 3rd degree burn, go through everything. That's on my daughter. You take it up and bring my daughter on this. That's on my daughter. That's between she and God, not me, she and you. And probably you have some skeleton and some sore worse than mine. And they are not skeleton and they are not sore. They are just being tricked and deceived by psychological people who use psychology on them and to grab them. But they should be in their sense and have their right mind to say, listen, it was only my mother. It was only my mother that never leave me. Who got new food for me, who done everything for me. So leave my daughter out of it. Talk about the officers and the fire department who have the case and dominate the case and corrupted the case and changed their report. That's what you must come on the radio and discuss.
Mm.
My daughter threw me out. God provide. How many of you have children and you can't talk to them and them doing the same thing? I'm not the first mother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the first mother to do everything for them. And at the end of the day, when they want to live their life, that's them. They don't owe me nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They owe me nothing. But they should look in themselves and say, listen to me, what mommy is going through is not fair. She was forced to do it. She never did it on her own. She was forced to do what she done. She have her life and she living her life. She's not walking around and begging. Hello?
Yes, I'm here. So, yes.
I am just saying to this person who sending this text, tell this person to just come out public like how I'm talking. And I can identify her or him and what they are doing. I am bold because it's me in the shoes. Where are you? Who probably doing just as well the others them doing out there. And I'm not going to be disrespectful to you because I know how to articulate myself. But this is my case. This is not your case. You know nothing what I'm going through. You probably putting me through a lot too. And 3/4 of who putting me through, you see me, Sandy? I am the person that they come to, and they get ideas and they get to know how to even start their own business and everything because I'm just that person. If I cannot do good, I'm not doing bad. And that's the reason why I tell you over and over, I listen to you because I see in you that you mean people well, you fight for people just as I do, but you have some ungrateful, uncircumcised Philistine out there who just come, people send them in just to hurt you. The other day in 2023, I was poisoned. By who? A young girl that another person sent in, said she don't live anywhere. Miss Sandy, that lady come in. I think I tell it to you, that little young girl come in, I made the report, the police them done nothing. She break in my car, she admit to everything, she stole from me, the police them done nothing. When I make report, you know what the police officer does, Mr. Cohen does? Send them up on vacation, change them up, and nothing done. With all my reports, don't care if I dead or I'm alive. So I can call him. And I am grateful for the commissioner, and I'm thankful for the commissioner, and I'm thankful for Ombudsman. But I am praying that they get down on these officers who are not doing their work and just collecting government money. And yet they are in corruptions. I call them name because, you know what? I am tired. 8 months, and you are sitting down looking at me and telling me, and have the audacity to tell me that, oh, what if them saying is you burn up yourself? Miss Sandy, it was just 3 to 5 seconds entering the apartment.
So let me ask you a question, because someone said the report does say that the stove was actually left on. It hadn't been turned to the point where it was ignited. So who else had access to your apartment?
That's why I'm saying to you, before this even occurred, I said to the person that somebody going into the apartment. The lady only give me one key. She don't give me the deadbolt key. She give me one key down to the bottom. Miss Sandy, the person who cook, I said to the officer, I said, I don't need to question him. I have everything, So Miss Sandy, I'm talking. I have facts. You know what the officer said? No, why you want to question him? You know what, Detective Morrison look at me and tell me, officer, I have to raise my voice on him. Oh, the man did go to Jamaica for 2 days, for a couple of days. So, all that. Why would you wake me up early in the morning to take and say you rather to sit down at the airport? Miss Sandy, I have every facts. You want to open me on live, not today, probably tomorrow. And I just come out with everything factual. It's okay to ask questions. It was only her ex-husband going around the house after she flew out. Miss Sandy, It's only him and the gentleman talk. Me and her is my phone. She texts, is my phone. She call 24/7, 44/8. I call her if anything. She and him never have no talking. Is when him come up. You know what surprised me? It's when him come from Jamaica, Miss Sandy. He went to the officers then, and he went behind my back, and I said, "Why would you go up there and me don't know anything like that?" I have evidence of what he said to me. But I want, when I'm saying it, it can go out, that the public read it. Yeah? Miss Sandy, this is something that it is very deep, as I said, and the fact that the officers, them never do anything. PC Beckford, even when I was talking to him, he never even identify himself, say him is the investigating officer. When I went up there, everybody go in the back. The inspector never faced me. Is at the hospital, I see the inspector and I said, how comes nobody no ask no question? Oh, them they don't put out it's an accident. Accident what? There's an investigation. This case is a big case and it needs investigation. Planning, I went to planning and the head of planning let me know, point blank, they have already told the officers that the place wasn't built through planning, and that is a case. How can you run gas line? And when I call the gas persons, the compass, they said they've already talked to the gas people, and because they did not do any inspection before they run the gas line. How can you run gas line through roof? And then 2 days after, or a couple of days after, I go change out everything. That's illegal, Miss Sandy. That's where the illegal part of it is. I went to plant. I come out in the wheelchair everywhere, and I go around to each and every one because I want justice, and not only justice, I want the facts. I was burned 2.5 weeks, never used stove, and then the officer will tell me, say, what if they want to say, just as how the lady ball out in a floor. Oh, they said it's you is the cause of it. You were here, they were there. I just entered. Persons in the community willing to even be witness. They know when I drove in, not even 5 seconds. Not even 5 seconds. And to the photos, Miss Sandy, it shows. Even when I went to the fire department, you only hear them. They know she not drop yet, as if them did expect I was supposed to burn to death and drop. It is devastating. It is traumatizing. And to that person who send the text and talk about schizophrenia, she probably one of them who really need to come out and identify herself, so I can ask her a few questions. Or him.
All right. Some very, very strong opinions obviously coming in from our listeners.
Yes, I will listen.
Yes, a lot of them do feel like they've heard enough, and they're asking you to please not call back tomorrow. They said they've got more or less an idea, and they feel like you need to either speak to a lawyer or a pastor. Strong Will says next topic.
Pastor.
Let me just read the comments, right? Because you did ask for their feedback. So, they're giving it to you, right? So Strong Will says next topic, please. Lavana says, oh Lord, this is going to get deep now. Sophia says, Sandy, cut the call because everyone is a problem to her. She needs help. Lee says she don't sound mad to me. Strong Will says, OMG, Sandy, please cut the woman off. She's getting on my last nerve. Andrew says, Sandy, for her plight, but this is not the medium to voice her frustration. She needs help. Talk to a pastor. King Robbie said, what could have this lady done in her life to be going through all of this? Papa Jesus, take the case. Lizette says, I think she's done. Give someone else a chance to call, Sandra. Irvelin says, just be patient. Everyone is entitled to be heard. Dorothy says, poor woman. Johan says, Auntie Sandy loves this type of confusion plus drama. Andrew says, we all have personal situations to deal with every day, no disrespect, but kindly tell her that you are not the entity to deal with this matter. Cayman Brack, which is Carrie, said withholding keys to the rental is a very common practice by Jamaican slumlords in the Cayman Islands. It is because she's being ignored. The culture heavily practiced by the agencies of the CI government corruption. Every rental property, even rooms and shared beds, must be regulated. This is another reason why the Residential Tenancy Act is never enforced. Lee says, sounds like somebody want her dead. Irvlin says, the heart of man is wicked. Hate is the reason. KY Forever says, I know this not Lavelle. Miss Sue says, sorry for this woman, but that's what her pastor for, to help her. Do you have a pastor that you, a few people are suggesting that you reach out to a pastor. Do you have a pastor that you can reach out to?
Okay, Miss Sandy, let me just answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
When they say pastor, what pastor can do with this is not a pastor case. It is a police case.
Mm-hmm.
Pastor is pastor who can pray with you. They talk to you, yes, but it is a case, an unsettled case that was closed before I even come out of the hospital. There wasn't any investigation. They don't get it. They don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
It is not for pastor. Persons can pray, and it's okay with an opinion, but we are not seeing the point of the case that yes, there was a place that built illegally, run the gas line through the roof without planning permission, and 2 pipeline was leaking. I was told, yes, and that's the reason why the heat was in the wall even when for the 2.5 weeks. The person who uses stove need to be questioned. Police refuses because they know all that they combine together with, and they come to a conclusion to say it's an accident. I was the blindfolded person who went in the fire and was supposed to burn to death. And to the persons who asking what the person done, when you stand for what is right and you act in the path of right, you will have hateful persons that point arrow at you, shoot at you, and want to kill you. Yeah? Because they see that if they come around you, you don't stand for what they are doing, and you are not in league with them. So it's nothing that I've done, because all I know myself, encourage people, pray with them, show them the right. If they're on the wrong path, I discourage them from the wrong path and lead them to the right path. That's who I am. So it's not that I want nobody to show me or tell me that, yeah, I raised in a community, I see the good, bad, and indifference, and I made my choice. And that's why I was so strict with my children, because I know that persons will laugh with you, talk with you, smile with you, and yet when they grudge your children, they say you want to turn on them. I have experienced it all, and it's experience. I am experienced what I'm experiencing. Why I came out now, because it's 8 months and my voice haven't been heard. It's 8 months and nobody tried to reach out. If it's me, I can tell you, if it's me and I build somewhere illegally, and yes, I done something wrong, I would try my best and say, you know something, I am calling on God. Let me try reach out to this person for it not to be escalated. Yeah? But persons want to make it look like, oh yes, I'm in the right of everything and I'm doing the right, but yet you are doing the wrong. Miss Pauline Russell, I am calling you out. Because I'm a matter of fact, everybody afraid of where you work and who you are. When you have your integrity and your dignity and your sanity, and you know what is right, and you're acting as if everything is right and correct, you're supposed to do the right. don't want no cover up, don't want no corruption and nobody to dash with this fee, dash with that case. You're right, and if you're wrong, you're wrong. If it's me, if I'm right, I'm right, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Miss Sandy, there is so much things that happen to me that even when they cry out to you, I'm going to share something with you that you never remember. It was good I was doing about 2 or 3 years ago when I was called to cut this lady ear. I don't know if you remember. And when I saw the lady sick, stiff in her bed, Miss Sandy, this lady couldn't help herself. And when I give her the juice, the healthy juice and everything, 12 o'clock midnight, the sister, yes.
That was you.
12,
okay.
Yes, 12 o'clock midnight, the sister, when the sister find out that her sister talking and moving around, she said she only want the power of attorney. And when she done, she meet up with her police friend them. Have this young police officer come drag me in my house. Not come in my house and me kidnap. For me, the helper sleep is the helper car, is the helper did agree with it, Miss Sandy. Miss Sandy, the lady start to move. And that is what I'm doing. I even have the license now. Bels's nutrients, healthy juices. Persons who even about to do heart surgery. When I finish, give them the healthy juice from the herbs and the juices. Miss Sandy, they get better. My blood pressure come down from 200 and add over 100 and add. And it's normal, just like normal. So, Miss Sandy, I'm saying to you, when God have favor in you, persons will hate you. When God gifting is in you, persons will hate you. And I'm going to send you some videos. And when I send you those videos, you can demonstrate it. Yeah? Persons must understand whatever happened to me can happen to anyone. And when it happened to anyone, how would you deal with it, Miss Sandy? If I never know God and fear God, me going through that fire wouldn't have the ability and the trust in God to know that even though I'm going through the fire, let me go register in school. I get 2 C's because I was supposed to do my exam day. The 10th, when I get burned the 4th. And I'm just asking, why is it such a case? Officers cover it up, don't do their duty, and put it under the carpet. And at the end of the day, make a walking around and going around like everything is normal. 3/4 of the police in the police force didn't know that it was me burned. When some of them say me, I did not know it was you. Because it never, from the day one, it never start and it never work out the proper way through the police entity. And I'm saying, I'm surprised of the fire department. I'm really surprised. And you know why? Because you have some persons that work in there now who start working there. Yeah. It's not everyone about to get to her. Tell the persons who texting, just as how I come out, they can come out on the phone. Call in, man. Call in and identify yourself. Because I guarantee you, it's one of the haters.
Someone is asking if they can confirm that this is Miss Nadine.
Yes, this is Miss Nadine. Who is asking? Just as though I confirm, is Miss Nadine. Ask the person who is that person.
Oh, well, it's listeners to the program that just wanted to know. All right.
Miss Sandy,
yes,
it's a
ma'am.
lot. And you are in the public city, and there are things that people don't even want to bring to you because they fear. I do not fear. When I stand for what is right, I stand for what is right. And I hope and trust that with this, justice will come out and some of them will be exposed, that the truth comes out. They need to do what they need to do. Because something else can happen, dangerous even more than what I go through, and they done the same. Because it's just a link from the front decks. You have the link from that person to that person, and it's only when that shift working. Straight up to who they call in Royal Building.
Mm-hmm.
My correct name is Belcia Elizabeth Alboyne. Yes. My Nadine is just the business name. This is Nadine. Nadine been going through and Nadine don't wear it. Nadine don't show it. And as you see Nadine just encouraging you, praying for you, put it as a child, everybody for you. Go the right path and the proper manner. It takes a village to raise a child. And I am that type of person that sit in my business and don't care what you are going through. As you come to the door, you're not going back through as how you come. Because you're going to know that there's a God to be feared and there's a God to be served and you must do the right thing. That's the reason why they hate me, Miss Sandy. Because they believe that they could have come and they just use my head and say, oh yes, use your business, do this, use it. No, I am not a convenient person. And I don't use the government for convenient. I live within my means. I'm very independent, and this place, and I'm going to keep, and I'm going to ask if a crusade can be kept. That spot of ground and that area needs some good warfare warriors.
Wait, sorry, I lost you here. What are we talking about? Which area?
The area at where we're living, where I was living.
Oh, where the explosion happened. Oh,
if you notice, Miss Sandy, 3/4 of what is happening is right in that area. That spot of ground needs some Holy Ghost warfare warrior to go and uproot the forces of darkness. That same persons who know that, they fear God. They don't fear God.
My God.
So, Miss Sandy.
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am.
I have to constantly praying for you, because when I look and see what I've been through, the person who texts you, I can tell you, guarantee you, if it's not a Caymanian, it's somebody who conveniently married or conveniently use a Caymanian. Give them a child or what have you to try to stay here. It's a lot, Miss Sandy. And these permit holders who holding permits conveniently for persons to just be an island, when they're frustrated, they do a lot of things. Miss Sandy, I'm not going from one to other. It's just that I'm pointing out points of facts. It's a lot. If I did not know how to mentally carry myself through every situation that I've been through here in Cayman, Miss Sandy, I wouldn't be here talking to you. And for somebody to text in the comment section, oh, she's mad, she's schizophrenia. Tell them, I need to know them, Tell them to go to Georgetown Hospital and go look at my medical record, because they can be sued, And they must stop it. I've seen person take sickness. I cured from cancer. I cured from many things. I am not mad. They can't even hold a conversation.
Lord have mercy. Someone has asked, you have these remedies. If you can't use those on your burns, have you tried using those to help?
Miss Sandy, tell that person to go to Georgetown Hospital and ask them if I did not use them on the burns. And if they want to see me, I can come video live. But the severity of the burn in the ankle and the risk causes the pain. They did not treat the burns in the hospital. Is what I do, treating the burns. So when that person asks that question, ask them what are they implementing. What is the motive behind that question?
Mm.
And told them that they listen to me. Miss R, sir, you're asking if I can't use the remedy for the burns. If I wasn't using the remedy for the burns, my skin wouldn't be coming back. It wouldn't be coming back. So you probably need to see me too. Maybe not for burn, but for something else too. Because I'm advertising, even though I'm on the air. And if you don't,
oh my gosh,
don't have positivity to say in this situation, please don't come with your negative. Because what happened to me can happen to anybody.
Okay, my darling. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it.
God bless you, ma'am.
Okay, same to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Oh, my phone's almost dead. I got to charge it for tomorrow's show. Let me put that in charger. Oh, my God. Burt's Bees Lip Shimmer. Makes your lips feel nice and soft. I don't know what to say, folks. I mean, without a doubt, there's some valid points there about the RCIPS and perhaps how they handle investigations. But I do think there's a lot more going on here that is way above my pay grade. Like, whew, like it's a lot. Miss Nadine does call me all the time. I spoke to her yesterday, and I know she has called on the show a number of times. By the way, get up. We got to do some more squats. And I know that she has wanted to come on to the show for quite some time. And so I just allowed her to have her say. Who's going to count for me, honey child? So yeah, she's wanted to come on for quite some time. And, you know, I see your comments. AJ says Sandy is a licensed therapist. Obviously, no, I'm not. Melanie says CMR has been muted now. Give me a hand signal when she's off. Melanie, Lord have mercy. Lord God. Aliana says, my lady, stop being animated and be effective in making your point with evidence and facts. Go get a lawyer. Carrie says, Sandra, thanks for letting her voice her concerns. Thanks for having mercy on her. This is also helping her to release her frustrations. This has helped her. Well, I hope so. In all seriousness, Carrie, I really do hope so. You know, regardless, she had, you know, how long was that phone call? She had quite a bit of time. Let me see here now. Let me see. That phone call lasted for 57 minutes. That's a whole show. That's 3 minutes shy of an hour. And so I hope that that has given her some release, some comfort. I don't really know. But I think the general consensus is that she probably needs to talk to a lawyer. But I'm going to tell you, when you go and sit down with these lawyers, they can tell you to get to the point. They're not going to listen to you for an hour. They can just tell you get to the point, and they'll know within 5 minutes if they think you have a viable case. That's just how they operate, because time is money for them for sure. Miss Sue Bodden says, clearly she's not scared of what most people don't want to talk about. Kudos to her. Strong Wilt says she's an old thief. Oh, Lord have mercy. What the heck? She know all her ass. What? Okay. She an old thief. What the heck? She know all her ass will go back to Jamaica. She used to take out permit and use the Jamaican people, them also. Lord God have mercy. We better start squatting. Let's squat while we talk. Somebody counting for me. Don't make me go past 15, Naina. All right, we're going to start with 1. Count for me, Irvelyn. Kim and Brack says she understands her situation. She's giving her airtime so that those responsible hear their 15 seconds of shame. Andrew says, we're not saying that she is mad or anything. We realize she's frustrated because she is not getting the results or help that she is looking. Okay. We know that Bay now. What? Lee says we know that Bay. Now get a lawyer, goddamn. What is Bay? What? The call was about 24 hours, says AJ. AJ. Why y'all don't try and behave? Lord God, how many squats me got? Did I have 15 yet? Lord have mercy. Whew. Okay. Okay. That's 15 because I feel like I must be by 25 by now. All right. Whew. Ay. What a hot mess. Sophia says, stop. That was 16. Thank you. I felt like I was going longer. Okay, so what a hot mess. Yeah, I don't really know. Somebody says, you have so much patience. I'm glad we can say that these days. Because I tell you what, there's probably a time when that statement could not have been made about me. So there we go. We're all growing. And yes, Miss Nadine. Somebody picks up a clip of Miss Nadine 1 year ago as of yesterday. How the hell do y'all find these clips and how do you remember? I didn't even remember the connection with her with the lady until she said that about the thing. So, oh my God. Then I was like, oh, that's the same lady. Y'all know I'm not really good with making those types of connections, right? But what a mess. Okay. So somebody's asked me to play this clip reminding us a year ago where we were with Miss Nadine. I don't remember, but I'm also a very forgiving person, because part of it is I can't mentally hold on to things like, I just don't have that kind of energy. However, yes, Miss Nadine, she calls me all the time. And I'm sorry that sometimes I don't really have the time to even engage with her because I'm legit busy. I have a lot going on. And so yesterday she called me. I was meeting with another client. I'm like, Miss, but she texted me saying, this is Cindy and it's urgent. I'm like, who the fuck is Cindy? I don't even know who Cindy is. I'm like, which Cindy? What's going on? What's urgent? And then when I answered the phone, it was her. And I'm like, Cindy. I'm like, who's Cindy? So, it is a lot. She did tell me, in fact, that her daughter had kicked her out. So I knew that. That wasn't really news to me. And then she had to go to a hotel and she called me and I helped her with, I think it was 2 or 3 nights stay at a hotel. I don't feel like there's anything more really that I can do though. I do feel like she said one lawyer is giving her the number for another lawyer. I feel like you just need to go sit down and talk to a lawyer and they will tell you. All right, someone said, weren't you calling her a few months ago about money she owed? I can't even remember that. Lord Jesus. Let's see what this person has sent me. Hold on. If I was a drinker, I'd be drunk already. Woman, don't call about my blood clot phone now, okay? You have... This was her? You have, what's the word? Expired. Used up all of my good graces this morning. Don't call back. Oh. Good morning, Carla.
Morning.
Yes, sir. Okay. This was a year ago as of yesterday.
Was just saying that she's not a born Caymanian.
Uh-huh.
Caymanian holders, but got stuck in the mistake.
Good morning. You call. All right, honey, chair. Hello, caller. Good morning. You calling the show? Who is this? Who is this? Nadine, this is you again? What the woman. Are you you need Nadine, listen to me now. I'm gonna hang up on you a third time now because you're really getting out of order. Okay. Oh my God. Flashback.
Why you out about it after I disrespect you? So you don't want me to let the callers or the listeners hear. You only want to listen what they are saying.
Nadine, you don't think that you All right, honey chair. Hello, caller. Good morning. Oh, I think this person is replaying. I don't know. Hold on. I'm not sure. Is it on repeat? I'm not sure why it replayed there, but okay. Is it on? Is this on loop? I'm not sure, but okay. Let me see what this is saying. Hold on.
For two.
All right.
I have it.
So if you've done,
Of what, listen, the thing is that I'm trying to tell you, and you need to understand this. There is nothing that they can talk because they must find out where it is and where it goes.
Miss, they said you are squatting in Coast Center,
No, they can't say
and
because
you
they're
need
not
to come
allowed.
out.
Oh.
You need to come out, and they have the court papers. They want to know how they can serve you. Belcia, Miss Belcia, aka Miss Nodine. Listen to me. Listen to me now.
Yes.
Them done have the court papers. Them done have it ready for you. Which lawyer? Who's your lawyer? Who's your lawyer?
Them no.
No. Tell us.
You're not going to hear my story.
Who's a lawyer?
Listen to me.
Who is your lawyer?
I'm not squatting.
Miss.
For 10 years.
Who is your lawyer?
So they are looking.
Who is your lawyer?
That's not the point I come on.
All right. So the point is, you can't come on the cold hard truth and not really be prepared for the truth.
I am prepared for the truth.
You're not prepared. Nah. This can't work. Miss.
Let me send you. You want me to send you?
No. You can't send me no documents like that. Come out the people in place. What the bummer clots are going around here?
Take your bad word and wash it.
Hi.
Take your bad word.
Miss Nadine, Miss Belcia, all these people calling you out. You on some bullshit here this morning. All these people calling you out saying, what the hell this woman doing? Scamming NAU. Did you bring your father to Cayman and try and put him on NAU? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Listen.
Hi. Yes or no? Miss, yes or no? Answer the question. The judge wants to know. Miss, order in the court. It's a yes or no. The fact that you can't answer it.
No.
Stop your lies. Stop your lies. Stop your lies. Huh?
That's false.
False? All right.
Yes.
If you claim so. Listen.
Yes.
Listen.
I have
You've already had the privilege of getting NAU. Consider yourself lucky. May I have one ticket for you. Straight to Kingston.
I have their ticket also.
Where are you sending me?
I have their ticket.
Who's their ticket? Those are Caymanians that call on the show. Where you gonna send them?
I have their ticket.
You can't send them nowhere they born, yeah? Where you sending them?
That is no point.
Woman, you're crazy. Yes.
Nobody don't see on the band here.
So where you sending them?
Also in Jamaica and still here. Jamaica ever tell us nothing like that? Listen.
Go back a yard, and Mr. Holiness waiting on you. You go back your yard. Him waiting on you. All right.
Listen to.
No, sir. How many phones the woman to call me from? That's like 3 different phones now. You know, she got plenty of phones. She must be able to pay her bills. What you say? She's squatting in Cole Plaza? Oh my God! This one says she's a John supporter. Says it all. Tell him about the rent. Lord Jesus. So apparently she's squatting in Coast Center. Wow. Oh my God. So somebody found that. I did not even remember that show. I didn't realize that was her. Wow. Lord have mercy. Whoa. Where's the alcohol this morning? Because God knows I feel like I need a drink, and I do not drink. But I got a whole liquor cabinet full of stuff, and this might be one of those days. I'm like, where is the Hennessy? No, sir. Wow. I didn't know that was her, but bless her. Bless her. Oh, God. I'm on a different vibe this year. I'm going to just say bless her. This would be me right now. If I was a drinker, I'd be throwing the phone to the side and hitting that bottle, honey. Yeah, look here. Flip that cap off and drink the whole damn bottle of wine. Rascal. Cha. Say what? Wow. How do you guys find these videos? You remembered that show and you were able to find it? How? How were you able to find that? I'm utterly shocked that you guys remembered this and was able to go back and find this clip this morning. Good morning, caller.
Miss Sandy.
My dear.
Me tell you, so you see people. Miss Sandy, it's because you never know the truth or you never know what was happening here. And that don't even make a jerk in me. Because guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody have their ups and their down and everything. What they bring that come for now, it's nothing. Because guess what? It's my point with your point and what you heard and what I was trying to say. I have nothing to let that even try to let me feel anyway. You know why? Majority of what person's done unto me is intentionally and wrong, and they come with their wrong and their false news and they come out together. Miss Sandy, I have factual. I have the facts in every situation that I have. I don't throw in not even a receipt. You get what I'm saying? And I know point blank what transpired. And that will never even make me even think. Why you think I told you that? You remind me of me. When persons see what they don't have in them, they throw anything at you. To try to destroy you.
What a mess.
And nobody knows the facts of nothing. And I don't hide what I do. And I don't hide what I say. You understand? So what I come on for this morning is for my voice to be heard, what I've been through and what I've going through. I never scam anybody from Jamaica. I never even make nobody pay for them permit. The persons who doing that, they're not coming out in the light. Because guess what? They have who they paid. And that's the reason why I can talk out things, because guess what? I don't have anything under the carpet. I have all my receipts. I have everything. So, Miss Sandy, just want my voice to be heard and the things to be dealt with accordingly and in the right and proper manner. And kudos to who want to send you the clips or whatever you. I have my facts here. So orchestrators, that's just who they are.
All right, my dear.
Demonstrated. So
wow.
Thanks again and God bless you.
Okay, thanks so much.
All right, great.
Wow. Carrie says exactly. People think you remember everything about them. I ignore until clarity comes. Child, may not know about no clarity right now. Come, my dear child. Sandra, if you were to take on the people that have caused you so much grief, etc., you'd probably end up an alcoholic or madhouse. Hi, Zeus. Speaking of people calling me grief, look at how news can come to me so right. This morning, what's his name there? Mario Rankin was at the coffee shop calling my name, and I done get that quick 2 minutes later. Poor Mario. We can just pray for Mario because he another one one of us, unfortunately, but he can't be too right in the head. So all we can do is pray for Mario. He's so unhappy in his own life. He worried about me. This means that you need to forgive Chris Saunders. New year now, says Strong Wilt. Strong Wilt. I don't hold no malice against Chris Saunders, I just tell you guys the fact because he's a representative of the people. There's no malice. Forgive him for what? He not did me nothing. Oh, the day he did me something, that gonna be the day y'all gonna fucking see. But he not did me nothing. Him screwing around half of Bordentown, Georgetown, East End, in between, that not got nothing to do with me. He not my man. I don't give a shit about his little piddly diddly. He better take that up with his wife. I'm just informing you guys that y'all have a P. Diddy as an MP. So one of these days when the shit really hit the fan, I don't want y'all come crying to me about, oh, Auntie, this and that. I told y'all, I gotta say, I told you so. I told you from way back when. And then y'all gonna have to just be like, yep, she sure enough did. And that's gonna be the end of that. So, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, but that's the cold hard truth. Don't think that I feel any way about Chris Saunders. I mean, come on now. He's not a good person. He's not a good representative. He don't do shit. He have y'all fooled. And that's fine if you're happy being fooled. That's your prerogative. You know, he's impacted the working lives of civil servants. This is my next little emoji I'm going to put up. But that's on you all. I didn't vote for him. Never again. Did once and never again. Ross, talk about a hole being more than a foot deep, says Aliano. Irvelin is shocked, coming back to Irvelin now too. Strong Will says she was so disrespectful back then, but now she needs your help. What can go so? Aliano says, take back my sympathy. Oh my God. You need money? Oh, okay. Get a new mop as well. That one looking kind of. All right, let me send you some cash. I have no idea. You have to pay for it if you get a new passport? Oh, it's the 1 year one that you need? Oh, I'll have to find out. How much is it? Do you know? Lord have mercy. Do they take cards now at WRC? At WRC? Okay, I'll send you enough money to, I guess, cover that too. What a mess. Okay. Stacy got go immigration. What the go on around here? Now the show gets sweet when Auntie Sandy get full yardie accent. Hear this fool, your hand. Try and behave. And you now DFA is scammed every day of the week by mass status grants. Oh, Carrie, what a mess. Dean says, I deading. You're not the only one. Look here. I am just like, what? It's a good thing that my brain don't really hold on to these things. Honest to God, I would probably be an alcoholic on the real. I can't even with you all. Lord have mercy. Let me make sure I send Stacy some money now. Hold on before I forget. Look like she got to go in and pay for permit. And yes, we don't have our people paying for their own permits around. Yeah. Oh my God. So I'm going to put in the notation permit and groceries. So immigration will always know. See here, I can prove I transferred the money. Groceries. We need a new mop. What a thing. Lord God. Oh, invalid character. I can't put groceries, ampersand. Okay. Okay. Permit, groceries. All right. Then I can remember what I paid for too. All right. Confirm. Let me send her a little note that I'm sending. I'll send her the amount so she knows how to keep track of it. What a mess. No, sir. I think that should cover. I can't remember how much the permit is, to be honest. Oh, Lord have mercy. Andrew says she's converted. Isn't that a blessing? That is just so wonderful that we're not in that same space exactly a year ago yesterday. Wow. The internet is undefeated, said El Rey. El Rey, this is when, honestly, I'm just like, I didn't remember it. I certainly wouldn't even know where to go get it. And you guys are A students. You're like, let me pull up receipts. I'm like, damn. Wow. No, sir. Well, Liana said I need antibiotics instead of alcohol. It still does not mean that people should cause her harm. I mean, for sure, that's true, and get away with it. But Nadine needs to turn in her status and go home. She'd be better off there than here. I mean, it's the same thing we say about Lovell. We're like, listen, Cayman is not for everybody. And so, yeah, there's a number of people who just can't make it here. They're always having issues, you know. And I always say the plane is right there. Cayman Airways will help you get back. And in fact, it might be worth their while to start investing in some tickets. One way will help you go home. That's true. I don't see nothing wrong with that, Carrie. Let me get some fruit and enjoy another hour of Nadine, says Carrie. Lord have mercy. Zeus, what are you doing? Hi. Zeus is like, you need to pay me some attention. See, goat out there, says Alfred. Lord Jesus, says Dean. Lord have mercy. Evelyn is like, let me bring the teapot. What is that, a rooster? I can't make out the last little emoji. Carrie, says Nadine would be an extreme salesperson. Nobody getting away without buying from her. Can I tell y'all something about my hair? I'm going to tell you something about my hair in a second. Because I found, I'm not trying to sell you all stuff, but you can go to Amazon and get it for yourself. But I'm going to tell you something I saw on these, you get these clips, these reels and stuff on YouTube. No, this is Facebook. And it actually worked. Aliana says, woman, it's simple. Your past will always be used against you, but know you will be guilty until innocent. Huh? What are you saying, Aliana? This is like a Netflix series, pure madness, says Johan. Strong Wilt says, I hope you throw away those receipts that you crook those Jamaicans putting work permit for them. She's such a damn liar and a damn thief. Strong Wilt, you sound like you know her. Wow. Really need some Hennessy in that coffee, says Andrew, for real. I mean, I'm not even drinking coffee, but God. Dorothy says there has to be some truth in what she said. What a mess. Exactly. She's being abused in her rights, but that's the culture of the admin government. Ignore you. Saunders has a what? Pete Mout? What is that, Carrie? Pete Mout? I'm not even sure what that is. Locks never know it was her, says Sue. What the heck is locks? Y'all throwing words at me today that I'm like, what? Get the Lin Man mop. I think that's the one we have, actually. I hear you giving up money. I want some too, says Marshall. For groceries. Are you going to buy me groceries? They probably sent her back from Jamaica, says Andrew. Hello, Jerome. Dean says, certainly was a good throwback. I hit the floor laughing. Lord God, sweet Mout. Oh, I was going to say, what kind of Mout? How many aliases does she go by? I don't know. She says to put this up, please. Okay. So Miss Nadine, I'm going to put this up. Viewer discretion is advised. I will put this up. But after this now, I think that we have to put a limit to what we can say and what we can show. And, we can't keep having this show every single day. So I'm giving you a lot of space today and a lot of grace. I'm not saying that that's going to be an everyday situation. So you listen to me carefully now. We're going to show it, but that's today. After today, that's it. You got to get yourself a lawyer and go through the process that way. So she's saying, must show this picture. This is her at the hospital after being burnt. And in fact, I think we actually showed the picture at the scene. Of course, I didn't know it was her. I didn't know who it was. But Oh my God. Can I show you guys something? Y'all are cracking me up. No, sir. Oh my God. Oh, y'all pulling out receipts. Damn. Somebody went back to a Compass article from January the 31st by Carol Winker. You know, she's no longer alive, bless her heart, from 2019 that says an employer who pleaded guilty to 2 charges of making unlawful deductions from employees' pay was given a suspended sentence on Thursday in order to pay compensation. Y'all are pulling out receipts from 2019. Damn. What? The what? No, sir. OMG. Hold on here, honey child. Hold on now. Hold on. Let me see. Wow. Y'all doing some hardcore research here. You get an A. You get an A. Oh my God. What on earth is this? On behalf of Nadine's Set de Trend Beauty and Barber Salon, Belcia Abuni, I don't know, admitted not paying an employee between November of 2015 and March of 2016. The matter first came to court in October of 2016 and was originally set for trial in June of 2017. At some point, there was some question as to whether the salon was operational during the period of the alleged offense. The proprietor had health issues that also caused several adjournments. Okay. Let me see what else it says. Hold on. Oh my God, Carol Winker wrote this way back when. Oh my gosh, when did Carol pass away? All right, let's continue reading this. Hold on one second. Wow, this is crazy. Hold on. The story continues. Let's see here. Crown Counsel Carrie Ann Gillis, I know she's no longer around, told Magistrate Grace Donalds is retired. This is like a throwback moment, that the female complainant had been recruited from Jamaica. Indications were that she should send money for her work permit and airfare. When she arrived on island, she was not given a contract of employment, but was told she would be paid on commission. In March of 2016, she declined to sign a contract because she was told she would not receive any remuneration for the period since November. She had received no wages. In a victim impact report, she said $1,567 would cover the payments she had made for her permit and its renewal plus wages. Defense attorney John Furness explained that the worker and a relative had been staying at the proprietor's premises but not paying rent. The money the worker earned by commission apparently equally sums owed for rent and utilities. Mr. Furness said his client had serious medical issues and she was willing to pay the amount sought but asked for time. And she also asked for no conviction to be recorded because of the circumstances of the case. Okay. The magistrate said she did not consider this to be an appropriate case for a disposal, but she did give the defendant 3 months to pay the $1,567. She imposed a prison sentence of 2 months for each offense, but suspended them for 2 years, and a charge of failure to furnish statement of wages was left on file. Oh, wow. Okay. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. I am happy that this come out because now the truth will come out. Miss Sandy, let me tell you about this situation.
Oh my God.
In 2015, I had my shop in Boddentown. I had a worker by the name of Andrew, which is the cousin of this lady.
I mean,
let me just give it to you. Let me tell you that this wasn't a fair trial. It wasn't It wasn't nothing to do with me in that manner. And because I did not have the health intact and I did not know nothing about going into court, I was misled under information. When this girl come here, she come here to her uncle. Her uncle give me the money, make the money come up because he was at work. To me, for them to rent an apartment. I wasn't questioned. I dragged through the court system like a lamb to a slaughter. Because it's me receive the money for the uncle get the money. When I got pick up the lady from the airport, you know what she said to me? Mom, thank you for rescuing me. I said, but my salon closed because I had to close down the salon at Badminton. The girl ball and beg me, said, don't cancel my permit. Don't make me go, don't throw me away like that because of my tender heart. I said, all right, then I will leave you to go and get a job. Miss Sandy, you see, when I am dealing with the lawyer, she said, okay, I have to go off. The lawyer took me in his office. My little computer, I give him everything, corrected and everything. And he said, no, give me a password. And he make the correction. And he gave the letter, he changed the letter and sent it in to the judge, 12 o'clock the night. When I summarized everything, I was supposed to go off and I had to cancel the flight. So I went to court. When I went to court, Miss Sandy, the lawyer was working for me and still working for the person. And when I found out everything, he told me down to a bad word and said to me, I must just go for me things to them because then I have to go every minute to the doctor. That's where the opportunity come in. This girl never worked for me. I never get her money. So said, me is the uncle, and the uncle rent the place and put her out because the uncle said she's a wicked. But because of who behind it from day one, as I said, these are the people now. I was just dragged through the courthouse like a lamb to a slaughter with injustice. And the judge, that sentenced me was the judge who changed Miss Novia all order for me to get payment with my baby. So it was just an accusation with these persons to put me in this situation. My company did not hire her to say she's working and she don't get any pay. There wasn't a salon at the time. The salon closed down the week when she was coming because of my sickness. And I wasn't heard in the court. All I heard was to just go and they take me into one room, silent, just please guilty that you collect the money for the uncle. By the time everything read out, Miss Sandy, hospital picked me up because I did not know anything about no judge, no lawyer, no nothing. Innocently walked through the courthouse like a lamb to a slaughter. Who was behind it? A church sister. That's why me can't deal with them, and that's the reason why I go to school now, and I'm doing associate degree literally because I've recognized some of these injustice lawyer and some of these judge who they work with to just think people into things. I applaud Mr. Furnace. When Mr. Furnace get the letter, Mr. Furnace said, "Is the letter?"
All right, my dear,
I was told to just sign
I'm gonna have to.
That I don't even,
all right, I'm gonna have to pause you there because we can't go back to 2019.
I forgive them, Miss Sandy. I forgive them. I cut out 3/4 of my lungs 2015 when this girl was hired. I bring her here. I feed her. I do everything. I keep her in my place. But she was the one that worked with these people to try to sink me because I was just about to go back into a new business. She wasn't working. She walked off. She do everything, and then she come back.
All right, my dear, you're gonna have to leave me there. I actually need to get on the road.
Yeah, but I have the professional of all of that, I still have everything.
No. We can't do it on this show. My dear, you got
already done.
It sounds like you have to get your own show, Nadine and Ting or something.
Yeah, man.
Because Lord God.
Because I have everything from 2002
okay.
From straight, and I have everything.
We're gonna have to wrap it up now. All right, honey child.
Man.
Thank you very much. All right. We can't take no more today. That's it. That's my fun. Look here. The patient's gone now. Okay, don't call back because I'm saying now that's it. No more. I've had enough for the day. I can't take no more. Time for us to do some more squats. Oh my God. What the actual fuck? I'm sorry, but what? Lord Jesus. Somebody says, you are her plushie. And they sent me this. Oh, I love this. I don't want to be a plushie, but I'm just saying. This person says, I need to get to work. Nadine can't pay me for the time I wasted this morning. You are that woman's plushie. She goes off annually and calls CMR. Oh my God. Oh, you guys know how I love my little, what's his name again? His name is Plush? I can't remember. Push. His name is Push or whatever. And then that's his little plushie. Oh my gosh, look at him. He's so cute. But that's it. I can't do no more. Carrie says, go get a drink, girl. Okay. She lost us at the first phone call, says KY forever. Punch and plush. Yes, punch, little punch. Look at a little punch. Dragging his little plushie. Listen, I am not supposed to be your plushie in life. If you have that many problems, you need a professional. And there's lots of professionals out there. Pastors, get your money back from them by going to them because you're giving them tithes. They can potentially help you. Lawyers can potentially help you. Psychiatrists can potentially help you. Those are the people that you need to reach out to. Alfred is going to have the last word today. Although he said, what the bumbaclot? He says, where one person so salt and can't take any accountability. Broke out the patois against Auntie Sandy, ever the victim. KY says, Sandy, better put that business number and do not disturb. Oh my God. I don't even know. Thank you. Strong Wilt says Miss Nadine has a child for Gary Watler, who owns Mr. G's Barber, and that is how she got Cayman status. She being a mess from then and now. Oh, Gary Watler's who we blaming for this. Lord God. AJ says locks is like saying Jesus or Lord God, but shying away from saying the Lord's name in vain. Oh, so we say locks. Is that how we say it? Watch him from Bohol, Philippines. Hello, Venus. Good morning or good afternoon for you, I'm sure. Even Punch would have had enough of her cute thing. All right, that's it. I can't anymore. So listen, I'm going to tell you the secret really quickly because I do have to run. I've got some people that need to meet me. I feel like my entire life, I've always had lots of hair from a kid, but I have also had a lot of hair fall out, like all the time. So normally when I go in the bathroom in the morning and I brush my hair, it's like you would swear somebody was in there pulling out every strand of hair I had. So I always had a lot coming out like in my brush and on the ground. Miss Stacy would tell you because poor her, she's like, I told her just, that's what we have the vacuum for because you can't really sweep up here properly, right? So I was feeling like, I'm getting to a particular age now, it's thinning out a bit more. And I was like, oh man, So I saw one of these YouTube videos and I sent it to Rocio and I said, you know what, we're going to try this. What they recommend, this is so weird, but it works. I'm here to give you my personal testimonial here this morning that this shit works. So I sent this to her and it is I'm going to find which brand it is, but basically what they said is to use oh yes, here it is. The dermatologist gives you 4 at-home remedies that can actually regrow hair. Remind me to show you this tomorrow, but one of the ones that they recommended was basically to use, what the hell is it called? An anti-dandruff shampoo, but you got to get ones with a specific ingredient in it, right? So I went online, I looked at the article, I was like, okay, this is interesting. And I went online, they said anti-dandruff shampoos, even if you don't have dandruff, they're really good for your scalp, right? Even if there's no visible dandruff or whatever, because the formula will keep, sometimes you have yeast on your scalp or you have inflammation, and it actually helps to keep yeast and inflammation in check. So I'm like, okay. I went and bought some off of Amazon, gave it to Miss Rocio. She's been using it just regularly in my hair on a regular basis. And can I tell you, I have went from my entire adult life always having lots of hair falling out. I just thought that that was normal. I didn't really think, it was a big deal, to now be able to tell you that my hair hardly, like I brush it in the morning and you might find, here's one little strand. One little strand of hair came out. Like, this is crazy. It used to be like 50 strands coming out of my hair. Not a word of lie. Now we have one little strand. Can you see it? Yeah, one little strand. We're gonna put that in the garbage. And she has also said that when she's doing it, she feels that it's thicker because she can see the parts that I can't see. And it actually is healthier. So all I can tell you is it works. I can't tell you nothing different. And so I would recommend that if you need it, I'm going to tell you which brands I bought. Let me see. I bought a few actually. But anyway, let me see here now. So I got some good ones. So I got this one by Nizoral because it has 1% ketoconazole or some shit in it. And it's considered an antifungal shampoo, fresh mint. And this one, let me just show you the picture, is really, really good. So if you have any issues with balding or your hair falling out, this person says, yes, I need it. Try and tell us. Hold on. Let me show you the picture. I bought a few different ones. I'm going to try different ones, but this is the one we're using currently. And this stuff works. Yes, this works. Honest to God, I have noticed that my hair is not shedding as much. And Miss Rocio has said that she has noticed that it's $26 on Amazon. Sometimes you can get coupons, sales and whatever, but this is worth it. I also have a tea tree botanic shampoo that I'm going to try. It has lavender, peppermint, vitamin C, and rosemary, but I wanted to try one at a time. So this is the one I'm using right now. And I can tell you this one works. I also have the CeraVe one. So I got different ones because, they're at different price points. So CeraVe is considerably cheaper at about $10 US on Amazon. And then my husband, he likes the Avalon Organics tea tree treatment. So he uses that one on his scalp. He uses that in the shower. But yeah, this has made a significant difference. When I say significant, I mean huge difference in the amount of shedding that I have seen in my hair. It is amazing. So yeah, like when I wash my hair in the shower, you would swear like I just washed I don't even know what, a gorilla with all the hair that's coming out. I'm not selling it. I'm telling y'all to go get it online because I bought it. I don't know if they have it here, but gosh, if they have it here, it's probably really expensive. It's $26 on Amazon. Get it, honey child. Get that and use that, okay? All right, I gotta run. Thank you, Lady D says fresh rosemary, simmer on the stove, leave to cool, and put on your hair for 20 minutes helps as well. Well, I think I might have solved whatever my problem was because my hair just not falling out like that anymore. And so that's good. And it's been growing a little bit and stuff too. So you guys know we've been on a natural hair journey. All right, get up. Let's do the last set of squats before we hit the road. I got to go meet some people by the office. For years, I did not sit while I did my show. I stood. But then when my knee and my foot and stuff started to hurt, I resorted to sitting. But maybe I'm going to start standing again. I need to have my tension mat to do that. All right. What a show today. Lord, take the wheel. Take the bus. Take the whole city. Take all of Georgetown. Let's get it done. 15. All right. Melanie, get up and start doing your squats, girl. 2. Let's do it quick. 3. 4. 5. 6. Come on, Sophia. 7. 8. 9. 10. Let's go up to 15. 11. My brain is like 12. 13. 14. 15. Yes, Mel. Let's do 5 more. After all that shit and chatting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! Good job. Just like that, we did 20. And we are now going to hit the road. Mel, get on it. Do 20. Meet me halfway. All right. Mañana is another day, God's willing. I think the Minister of Education might be joining us tomorrow. I think they're finally done with Parliament. So tune in for that. Follow the Backup YouTube channel. If you don't know where it is, no, man, we did 20. If you don't know where it is, go ahead and follow the channel. We'll send the links in the morning. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels and visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.